Gee, they're proactive in the forward 50 for Fremantle. Getting 2, 3, 4 metres on the lead instantaneously. And we talked about these centre-bounce clearances. They are such a challenge for both parties. Talent everywhere, but that 2 metres, that's all she wrote. Barris on the back foot, and Tracy, she looks intense in this first 5 minutes of footy.
Looking for his 20th goal of the year. Kicked 3 last week against the Western Bulldogs. Directly in front. And that's going to miss.
Well, it's the chat.
Sicily and Voss has got me invested tonight. I think it might have those MRO close eye on things as well.
Half a day for my Christian there.
Big fights galore. Hopefully not for either side. Sicily's already been taken out. That's a big grab from D'Ambrosio, who took a nice mark last week. Big start from Mass.
Where's my other?
Hawks will want to go inboard and short through the middle as much as they can. Battle happy to take one of those short kicks. Is it J.I. or A.I.? Kingy will keep an eye on him.
Well, he just makes the right decision at the right time. You'd expect this one to go long down the line.
Impey. Off hands. Moore tries to keep it in.
Good snapshot there. You can see Hawthorn just setting up the ground, being really wide, trying to spread that Fremantle defence, which is the #1 defence in the competition for points against. They are trying to open them right out, make the ground nice and big.
Last time these two sides played, Freo beat the Hawks by 13 in round 18 of last year. Meeks handball to McKenzie. Lovely one towards half forwards. And now McVee, who's an inclusion here
what a kick.
for Freo. Through the middle they go. Young, Clark.
For Bolton.
Dodging, weaving.
Oh,
Bolton
wow.
did well. Out to
Fredericks.
May have set up something special here. Frederick blasting inside 50. Heads for home.
Bang! Let's go. Look how quick I can upload the clips.
Fremantle, one of the slowest teams to move the ball, and so too this year, but they have improved.
Technically, it's not live. If it's just happened.
The difference maker. He just flicks the handball straight out, keeps the game in motion. You can capitalise on any mismatch forward of that play. If you go back and uncontested mark and chip the ball around, you allow Hawthorn to get set. That is outstanding play, and that's what Hayden Young does to this team. He's a difference maker.
I love this from Jordan Clark. He was enrolled early on, but got across and just got the block there. Gave Frederick an extra couple of seconds to straighten up. Just a small actions
Good
there.
goal.
Doesn't get a stat for that.
Fourth goal of the season for Michael Frederick. Played every game last year and kicked 30. Nash moves into the middle and gets an extraction for the Hawks. End over end ball. Ginnivan ripped off the football. McDonald, Lewis, Ward. Nice build-up. And Gunston, who didn't kick a goal last week, hadn't missed out since May last year, gets his chance.
He got moved up the ground last week. Jack Gunston. Collingwood flooded back. Really took the space that he likes to lead into. This is his first good look at it, though. And you can always tell it's going to be 15, 20-metre kick. Jack Gunston always gets to the eyes of the kicker.
578 career goals for Jack Gunston. He is in a rich vein of form, and the Hawks respond.
Well, again, we talk about the damage. With two high-quality teams, forward lines in good order, you win centre-bounce clearance, and you get 6 one-on-ones. That's not the place to be. If you're Luke Ryan, that's a disaster. You don't want the ball coming out at speed like that, and Gunston's just so slippery in that situation. He understands exactly what's happening. He's seen it 1,000 times before. And really good overlap there. Great work from Ward. Perfect soft kick inside forward 50 allows Gunston to just jog onto the easy, uncontested mark.
Jog on.
So hard to split these two sides. That's 1 goal each now from centre bounce and 1 goal each from back half. So not much splits these two sides.
Entertaining start at Optus. Nash with a little fumble. Then just a little boot to ball from Ryan. In fact, it's young McKenzie, who looks very similar to the debutant, and then crashing through Sarong.
We've seen a few times already. First possession taken by one team and stripped of the footy. Heat on at clearance.
Ginnivan did well to hold it back into the contest. Jackson just threw it out to a couple of purple jumpers. Sarong.
Wagner.
Looping
To
hand
Fredericks.
pass. Nicely worked from Wagner. Frederick involved again. Impey comes in, affects the spoil. They keep it
Sarong
alive.
at the
Sarong,
front.
high ball inside.
Bangs it in.
Dudley floats into a dangerous area. Hardwick just steams out with that typical commitment. Ward will be under pressure.
Whoa!
Crowd wants a free. Dudley at ground level. Umpire says play on. McKenzie under pressure. High quality start to this game. You just expect 2v3.
Out to Impey, and then a raking ball straight up the spine. Back with the flight. McPhee didn't quite complete the mark. Came out to Chapman. Chapman was able to control it well. Pearce outside defensive 50. They work it through Ryan, and then a looper out to Wagner, who's in plenty of space. Sends the ball towards Frederick at half forward, who's having a lot of it early. They continue to build. Bolton runs just towards the arc, and a little chip to Dudley. That'll do.
You're seeing the difference makers, the guys that use angles. Young a little bit different. Bolton just a little bit different in the way they play. Vision extraordinary. Just this here to be able to just isolate Dudley and see him. Don't just blast it long. Make the Hawks pay for rolling off too early.
So Dudley will have to launch this right on the chalk.
Oh.
Marginally just inside. It's going to sit right up in the square and eventually fist it over.
Exciting footballer is Isaiah Dudley. Brings some magic to the game.
I think I have to change the
sleeves. High clearing ball. Weddle comes in from the side. Athletic. Can't take the mark. Cox.
I change it to sports.
His opponent Fredericks had a bit of it. Hand pass forward to McKenzie. Further forward hand pass. Lewis. McDonald needs to be good. Just missed him. He got one high and a bit of a let off.
Sports.
Just good heat on his net. Getting that ball from inside traffic to the outside, a challenge for both parties.
So McDonald spreads it out. Just waxing here. Battle. And Butler. Now Ward to Impey. Just steadily building here, piece by piece, the Hawks. Not a lot of movement forward of the ball, so Impey just has to pump it inside 50, hope for a mark, but the big man.
Oh! Big
Cox.
Cox
there, Lloyd Meek pushing hard on Cox, trying to sit off the contest, but Cox comes across to intercept mark that. Excellent play, ruck behind the ball.
Oh, straight to them.
Cox gets his opportunity, but he turns over straight to Ginnivan, who's been in rare form, the number 33.
Giddy.
Just drops it inside 50, in from the side. Meek crashes the pack. The Smalls are down from a pocket. Butler! Flying snap, and the Hawks' accuracy is very nice early.
There you go, 2 goals from basically the same spot. The first one to Nick Watson. Sam Butler comes back into the side after a couple of good weeks at VFL. He's been played as a midfielder through the start of this season here. Love Lloyd Meek coming across. So the entry beforehand, Mason Cox was standing on his own. Meek makes him accountable there. Comes across, puts the ball on the ground. And with guys like Butler and Watson at ground level, both lining up there, you can see why ball on ground is critical for the Hawthorn forwards tonight.
Inaccurate early last week versus the Pies, but they've had opportunities, 3 of them Kingy, and they've taken all 3 so important away from home.
Oh, absolutely. And there's only been 2 opportunities for that ball on the deck inside the forward 50 of the Hawks, and they've won both of them. I mean, they're the numbers and they're the possessions that matter.
So a bit of volleyball work in the middle. Sarong, Brayshaw. Loads up inside 50, skittles all of them, races on, Tracy picks it up, out he goes to Amos, he's going to spread it out. That's beautiful work of Wagner.
Tracy's handballing is a real feature of his game. We've seen it a couple of times early tonight. He can fire the ball 15 to 20 metres either side. Just here, just strong enough to get that right arm free. And just great team first play from Amos.
Some big deep breaths for Corey Wagner. He's played in every match this year but hasn't kicked a goal so far. And that's off the side of the boot.
Freo, 8 insides for 2 goals, 4. Hawthorn have been inside 4 times. They've kicked 3 straight. Amon drifts to the near side. Meeks pushed underneath the football. Mason can't believe it. Immediately to Ward. McKenzie needs to be quick by hand. Again, they go through the middle of the ground. Amon chipping ball forwards, effective to Lewis, who's been busy early. The runners come down wide. Battle has come all the way from defence. They give room to Gunston, which is danger.
And you'd have to say that this matchup right now needs revision from a Docker's point of view. He's just getting too much space. He's a class player. He's one of the toughest matchups in the competition right now, Gunston, but that 5 metres, he just got that so easily there. I'd be looking at that straight away.
Colin would prevent
Post game so far.
Last week, Kingish. We could talk about in a moment how they did that last Thursday night. Freo aren't going down that path at the moment. Gunston.
Oh!
Draws it.
Wow!
Sneaks it home. Started outside and already
How?
Gunston's got 2.
How did he do that? What a legend.
He was a young man back in 2013. He kicked 4 goals in this famous grand final when Freo came late. Brian Lake held him off to get the Norman Smith. He would have been amongst the votes. Jack Gunston, what a fantastic career he's had. Continues to kick goals. Came in tonight, the number 19, with 578 goals alongside Roughhead, 41st most of all time. He's passed him into number 40. But what Collingwood do last week that Freo aren't doing early tonight?
Well, they prevented them coming through the middle like this, Howie. And this is what they've been able to do so far from half-back Hawthorn. You can see this is the second goal they've already kicked from that area of the ground. Is that Jack Gunston had no space there because Collingwood got back. But the pressure up the ground was of that to stop those free flowing.
Ball straight.
The score view here as well. Looked like it did feel a bit late.
I wonder why the goal umpire is not in line with the kick. Look where the goal umpire is.
Decision on scoreboards.
Should be in line with the kick so he can have the post in his vision.
So, little inside edge. Have to scrub it out of the record. Gunston can't believe it, and he's back to 1 for the evening.
I'm still looking at the matchup. I mean, he's still taking 2 marks inside 50 and pretty much uncontested in the end.
So a few messy footy records as Ryan kicks it long. Cox at the back. Fist to Reid. Dispossessed. Ward has got a fingertip to it. Along the ground, McDonald scooped it out. Out to D'Ambrosio. Under pressure. Held his composure well. And flicks it inboard. The young man in Ryan. That was good work to Amon as they go up the middle, the Hawks.
Lady Ryan's first possession.
50.
Those at the Brighton Bombers in Adelaide will be cheering their
It's
man
all
on.
turned around.
High entry inside 50 for the Hawks. Mason Cox stands in good position. Been a lot of debate about technology in the game, but that was good use to overturn that goal.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what the arc is there for the, I would call that a howler, that one there.
Erasmus.
I haven't really seen a lot of chip uncontested mark games so far. It's been helter-skelter.
Down the line, Hawks have some numbers here, crashing in from the side. Meek fell
Ward.
to Ward, pummels the handball inboard.
Ambrosio.
Hurry kick to no one in particular and just floats into the hands of Brennan Cox.
You can see the difference just with Hawthorn's ball movement. When the pressure comes on, you see bomb kicks like that and actually brings these backs into play for Fremantle. If the ball comes through the middle pure, that's when they're opened up.
Man born in Johannesburg, Erasmus. Down the line ball. Switkowski. Sicily did well, patted it to himself. Heard the voice of Newcombe, was a clever hand pass. Just missed McKenzie, a little bit messy. McKenzie by hand to Ginnivan. Chance now for the Hawks. Piercing ball. He's and Gunston. Gee, that's well weighted. Ryan shaking his head, but concerns as you pointed out, David King.
That's 3. You've got to break glass now. This is just not
Coach
working.
got to change something.
On Ryan's face already. He takes a dominant position, expecting some pressure up the field, but the Hawks have been able to take the game from pressure to the outside and get a pure kick in, see him in front and get beaten out the back. Sign of matching a difficult opponent.
Had a goal taken off him last week, Gunston. He's already had one taken off him tonight from a 45-degree angle. They can't take that one off, Jack. And if you didn't cross him out in your record, leave him right there. He's got two.
Nothing better than having the record correct itself in the first quarter, Howie. For those that ride a 1 for first quarter, terrific work from Jack Gunston. But I think it just highlights how difficult this guy is to play on. And their ball movement complements the slighter full forward.
I think it was a tap there from Ginnivan. Knew that he'd slipped, tapped on again, got forward again. This is where they're challenging this Fremantle midfield, the Hawthorn mids, is that once they're involved, they are then getting on their skates, getting forward, and so damaging. This is a great angle of Gunston v Ryan as well. You can just see the pattern there. He knew where the space was. He's in double threat here, so he can lead up or he can lead back. And really, it's just the kicker's decision there on where Gunston has the most space to get the ball. So
he's so smart.
Creating that space for him. They're making the right decisions.
Hawks with the last 3. Jackson with the handball. Moore got rid of it. Bolton picked it off his shoelaces. Good kick.
Oh, Aiden Young.
Here's Young. Can he make an impact tonight? Inboard, Chapman. Next option, interesting. He's going to wheel and go and head towards the hot spot. Tracy at the front, went to ground. Sicily using Newcomb. Back to Sicily, he runs into a brick wall. Got rid of it pretty well and then through his teammate under the bus, and eventually the referred pressure caused a free kick.
Oh, I love this guy. I know he's a favourite of yours, Howie, but his forward pressure is terrific.
He's been holding the ball from Buddy.
He just has a happy knack of knowing what's likely to happen next. He's lucky to get away with a high tackle, really, but just involved. Tracy stayed involved, and then Dudley finished the deal.
Well, this one is certainly within range. It kicked earlier from about 49. This will be from almost 40. For Freo's third goal.
Bang!
Dudley puts it through.
Game number 25 for Isaiah Dudley, and he's got at least that many run-down tackles. He's a man you turn up to watch the football, Kingy. I said to you tonight, keep an eye out for Dudley. This is what he can bring to the table.
I tried to talk to you about Sarong and Reid and Brayshaw. You said, what about my man? I'm thinking he's going to go with Hayden Young. He said Isaiah Dudley. And he's just so exciting. He's been a real find for them. He's kicked a dozen goals for the year. But his dozen are hard-earned. His role in this team is to provide some forward 50 pressure and kick the odd goal, and he's playing that role with aplomb.
If not Ryan, who would you move to Gunston, Kingy?
Well, they've got options. I mean, Pearce is the general back there. He may not be the perfect matchup, but they have to try something now.
Keep an eye on that. Gunston's kicked 2 and had 1 taken off him. Well done, Reeves, out of the middle. He's having a good season. Steaming onto it, Watson.
Watson.
Thinks he can
Oh!
everyone, and that's exactly what he does. Gets past 2. Left foot inside. Coming back with a
That's
fly.
electric. Just broke his ankles.
And Ryan gets to him because his blood pressure is through the roof. He just snapped his ankles here. What's this? The good old-fashioned, I'm out, see ya. What a player.
Got that Chad Warner about him that he'll take on any tackler.
Jackson pats it down. McDonald tried to kick it off the ground. Spat out to Reeves, and eventually it's cut off by Ryan.
Done well here, the Hawks, just to slow Fremantle down.
Warner deep in the pocket, down the line ball, fly from a couple of Dockers. Tracy was a hard land. Weddle versus Bolton, nice battle. Weddle keeps it in, and there he is, the first real look for Hawthorn fans at young Bodie Ryan as the coach looks on. Pretty happy with the start.
Watching this Ryan match up closely, I don't think it would matter too much who's on him given the pressure up the ground, but I would play a little tighter with touch. He hasn't touched him, Ryan. I reckon you're going to put an arm across him.
Jackson won it down ahead of Reeves that time, collected by Weddle. Hugs the boundary with the hand pass. That'll be lassoed.
It's a good point, Scully. So do you challenge the player to improve his performance, or do you make the move? Be interesting to see what happens at quarter time.
3 kicks, 2 goals, 1 for Jack Gunston. Cox in the contest. Going the way of Big Maso.
Mason Cox. Stand. Time back on.
Sends it inside. Barris gets a touch underneath the footy. Watch out for Dudley.
Oh!
He gets hold of Nash. Jackson. The short and tall, the argument. Ryan clearing ball out of half back. Good contest brought to ground. Here's Watson again. He's got a step on Erasmus and away from Judd McVie, his only opponent, and punches it inside again to Gunston.
This is why the change needs to be made. It's just too easy for Gunston at the moment. He's got a matchup he's really enjoying.
Thanks, Shy. Stay out.
You fought a good fight early, Scully, but I think you're going to have to wave the white flag here.
Well, he didn't touch him again, Kingy. If you're going to put someone on him, maybe Alex Pearce is more physical, but maybe not fast enough. Heath Chapman as well.
Gunston looking for a third. Kicking generally his strength. Just the distance tested him a touch.
Saw unbelievable Nick Watson. We focused on a pre-game, just hitting the pack at absolute speed. If it was me, I'd be putting Brendan Cox on him. I think he's got the speed to go with him and the size as well.
Cal Warner goes for a gallop. Heads to the wing to a 2-on-2. Barras with the fist.
Oh!
Tracy.
Chapman. To
Reed.
Murphy. Reed.
Switch it out wide. Johnson is there on the premises, but Impey was able to gather it over the top to Newcomb. And Newcomb's got plenty of time to wait for the reinforcements as well.
Ooh.
He's chipped towards half forward.
Oh.
Gunston. His eyes lit up. He's taken the mark. Almost a 50.
5 marks for the quarter for Gunston.
Gunston.
Ryan's
Up the
cooked.
spine. The big man Reeves couldn't quite complete the mark. Nash, he gets rid of it. Newcomb grabbed by Jackson and a ball up.
Two big problems for Justin Longmuir. Not only Jack Gunston, but the way Hawthorn have been able to move the ball through the middle of the ground. That is damaging them at the moment.
High. Stand, Ned. Clear out, Nick.
Against Ned Reeves to Jackson, who's having some season.
Move it on. Play on.
Premiership player on this ground back in 2021 with the D's. Hangs it out wide. Weddle gets underneath it. Johnson stays down. Brayshaw tries to step Ward. Gets a shepherd from Tracy. It's like a handball training drill. They worked it perfectly. Tracy back to Brayshaw. Sends it down the outer flank. Spoil comes from Battle. Amos does well to continue to keep the ball held in.
Gee, that was good from Tracy, and Brayshaw really had no option. That blast that ball quickly. The Hawks were set to pounce.
Jackson only as far as Newcomb, and then it was smothered
Reed.
by Reed, who pokes it up towards full
Oh.
forward. Foss got a fingertip to
What's
it.
he?
Packed it to himself. Good contest with Hardwicks. Fitzkowski off the ground, and Battle gets it to D'Ambrosio, and they can poke it outside defensive 50 to Eamon.
Really clever kick to Eamon. Just lobbed it out in front of him.
You didn't stand.
So vital to get a mark there, Howie, under pressure in their own D50. You can see the composure that's brought on Hawthorn now.
Gee, it's a good game of footy on a Thursday night. You can see it's 2v3.
Chapman.
Floating across is Chapman.
Boys, they've made the change now. Brendan Cox has gone to Gunston. You saw Luke Ryan in that contest high up the ground.
Next to Scoey. Sends it really wide, but getting off his man, his Voss. Disappointed he wasn't able to reel that in.
Hello from Bossy.
Luke Ryan's definitely a better player up the ground as well. It's a tough gig playing on Jack Gunston. You know how deep Gunston plays, nearly standing back with the goal umpire sometimes. It's not in Luke Ryan's best interest to be back there, but he would now have to get back and help out Brendan Cox. Gunston's on a heater.
Jackson hit it hard. Brayshaw bunts it inside.
Tracy.
He's in the zone right now, Josh Tracy. First to move, proactive. Just watching. He's just It's a great squirting kick from the pack because it gives that proactive forward an opportunity to work their way into the ball. But you'll see top of screen, he's just a metre in front of Barris, and that's all you need.
7 touches so far, 1 behind. To put the home side in front and makes no mistake. They've kicked the last 2.
What a game. What an absolute cracker. It's a fumble-free contest at the moment. You make a mistake there and the ball's gone. And I just think that Fremantle looked a bit jittery for that early portion of the first quarter. This kick here is just a...
I got copyright on YouTube for this song.
He knows that he's got quality targets forward of the ball. He's not quite sure who it's going to be, but the 3 of them set up in that little triangle, creating 3 one-on-ones. There's no way anyone can roll off an assist. Perfect setup.
Think about how Tom Barras likes to play against his opposing forward. Is he always wants to take back shoulder. He'll never stand out in front. He wants to get over to the next contest to help. Josh Tracy leads all comers at the moment with 8 disposals.
High quality game of Thursday night footy to get the round underway. Still time. Newcomb.
The
Watson.
Wiz.
Too fast for his own feet.
Oh!
Has to get around Bolton. Falls down and still manages to do it. A wobbly ball inside. Cox. Some of the Hawthorn entries inside 50
Wiz.
been a touch errant. Watson again affects a spoil. Cox punched it along the ground. Lewis provides the body. Ginnivan.
High contact.
Oh, do you lead with his head? Umpire said no.
Oh, you got to pick them all up.
On quickly. Nash. Less than 10 seconds to go. And he says, kick it long, give us some sort of a chance. No mark. Lewis tries to just tap it out. Dudley taken high on the siren.
Entertaining first term here in the West.
First term over.
Tracy has given Fremantle the lead. Sensational pulsating game. The Dockers lead it at home early, 4-4-28 to Hawthorn 4-2-26 by 2 points. Massive Friday double.
Racing leading possession getters with 8.
On Fox. 2 big games. Carlton, can they show something?
Dunstan 5 marks.
Against the Brisbane Lions.
Jackson 3 tackles.
Things underway. But wait, there's more. Directly as that game
Nephew
is going
Reid, 3
on,
clearances.
Port Adelaide, who have been in good touch, come up against the Dogs, who have dropped the last 4 and need a win just to steady the ship.
Dunstan 2
Fremantle,
goals.
2-point leaders, quarter time here.
Why is he 6 handballs?
Thursday night footy on Fox. Brought to you by HBF Health Insurance.
Woo!
They could have made it round.
Oh, I'll be back.
They made a swinging pendulum of luck.
Ball.
When the bounce serves you a clanger,
Lucky you're with Amy.
Go Harvey Norman. Take a further 10% off all Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, offer extended. Big savings on quality Australian-made mattresses. Don't miss out. Take a further 10% off Australian-made AHB mattresses. Hurry, must end Monday at Harvey Norman.
Introducing Macca's Korean Barbecue Dunk Range.
I'm loving it.
From the moment you join Cbus, your future is building the smart way. Cbus Super. Build your something.
Stop your mouthguard becoming a germ yard. Polydent Retainer and Mouthguard Cleanser removes 99.9% of odour-causing bacteria in 3 minutes. Effective for all your dental appliances.
Get the blanket, eh? Oh. Hello.
Gangsters, warlords, monsters. They're coming for us.
Are you scared? You should be.
Let's go!
It's a kick.
The Mandalorian and Grogu. Only in cinemas May 21.
Pushing the football.
Coles, footy fans can score more with the Coles goal. It's one exciting goal every Thursday and Friday that kicks off an exclusive online offer to help save money off your online shop. So footy fans, tune in and watch out for the Coles goal on Thursdays and Fridays to help save on your weekly online shop. Score more only at Coles.
The new electric Toyota BZ4X. Now with a $5,000 deposit bonus for two-wheel drive or $7,500 deposit bonus for all-wheel drive with Toyota Finance. Visit your local Toyota dealership today. Toyota.
You're watching Thursday Night Footy on Fox. Brought to you by HBF Health Insurance.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Footy on Fox, brought to you by HBF, and we have another high-quality contest on our hands. It is the home side leading it by 2 points. We've seen some brilliant work for the Dockers at centre bounce clearance, but the efficiency inside 50, Lee Montagna, has been something to behold for both sides.
Yeah, been a high-quality game. Sarah, the ball zinging around the field. It's been a relatively low-pressure game, but both teams moving it nicely, and it's going into open forward lines, and we're seeing both teams able to score when they get the ball inside 50, so really enjoyed the start.
How good is Thursday Night Footy? We're on a roll at the moment with some brilliant contests. It helps when you've got key forwards at either end that are leading well, marking well and hitting the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, they're getting on the end of some good ball movement as we set up the field, but Jack Gunston running amok in that first quarter. He was too sharp for Luke Ryan. David King and the guys in commentary talking about another matchup. It's a challenge because he's a matchup nightmare. Jack Gunston, he's Alex Pearce to match up. Heath Chapman's got a bit more leg speed, but they might need him for the smalls. So interesting to see what Justin Longmuir does there, because Gunston dominating that first quarter. But the other end, Josh Tracy imposing himself as well. 8 disposals, 5 of those contested. He was in 3 score involvements and kicked 1 goal, 1 himself.
Let's head to ground level. Kath and Will. Jack Gunston, no secret how the veteran plays, but the Dockers need to find a way to stop him.
100% they do. You mentioned the Hawks ball movement and also the Gunston matchup. There was an interesting moment which happened right in front of Will Schofield and I on the boundary, and it was actually after that Jack Gunston goal, which was overturned on score review. And we saw the captain, Alex Pearce, run up to the mids who were going to the centre circle, and he got Caleb Sarong, so captain to vice captain, and we imagine he said something along
This guy just keeps doing stuff that we've never seen before. He's out here breaking ankles. See you later. How is he now with his newest magic trick making him disappear like that? Oh, think you got me? Yep, think again. See you later, mate. I'm about to disappear. Broke his ankles. Someone get him a scan on both ankles, because Wiz just broke him like they were nothing.
Responding. They have made the change on Jack Gunston. Brendan Cox matched up on him in the goal square right now.
So Fremantle by 2 at quarter time. They kicked the last 2 goals thanks to Dudley and Tracy. Newcomb, first foray inside 50 in the...
This guy, we got to work out how we stop this guy breaking.
Free kick, and it's going to Max Ramsden.
Ryan's 7:39. In here.
Big Max, the third tall, brought in tonight.
Yeah, and it's a good call from the umpire. You can just see the arms wrapped around, restricting that left arm of Ramsden. Big moment, needs to capitalise here. You've got to give the Fremantle coaching staff a real problem with what to do with Ryan.
An inclusion, such a big match on a Thursday night, and just registers.
Looks smooth through his delivery stride there to kick the ball. Big long stride there, which suggests maybe a couple of smaller ones before he makes contact, but it does make Luke Ryan's role interesting tonight now, being beaten in the air by 2 players.
Clark pokes it out a defensive 50 down towards Jackson and Meek. Nice contest. Bolton, Barris, Ward, Weddle. Chain of hand pass back to Impey. Screws it around the corner. Again,
Sarong.
Nicely set up behind the ball, and Sarong. That's to Brennan Cox. Hesitant here.
I can't move.
Switches to the outer side. Chapman. No one standing on the mark. No one really to kick it to. So goes for the raker. Jackson at the back. Was able to pull it down. Brayshaw, Wagner, Bolton, pummels the handball. Switkowski, Wagner kept running, runs to 40.
Push in the back.
He's kept behind, but he was also pushed.
Yeah. Gee, that's great play. Interesting tactic, Jack. The Hawks not manning the mark and just allowing Fremantle an opportunity to get their game rolling. Freeze there for a push in the back.
Yeah, it's low back.
Chain, including Bolton.
A lot of debate about the push in the back. That's the one in the showdown last week. Josh Rochelle on the goal line, but that one there clearly there from D'Ambrosio.
Dearly loved this one to go through. He's already had one set shot for his first goal of the year. It's the monkey off the back. No, it's not.
It's a worry for both sides at the moment, how the opposition is accessing that centre part of the ground with ease, really. Predominantly, it's been by hand for both teams.
Oh,
Jackson
aim
was
on
the
to
one
kick it in.
That there, just stepped inside.
Right in the
Both
foot.
sides just collapsing in on the ball at the moment.
Aim on. Towards Jackson.
The big worry for Sam Mitchell is that their pressure's at 147. They're the fourth best team coming into tonight at applying pressure. That is well below AFL average.
Meek and Jackson meet. Newcomb. Good smother from Sarong. Received it back. Just about gets through D'Ambrosio. Dudley tries something a little bit fancy. Impey steps through a bit of traffic. Misses Ward. Might have to get his...
yeah, what himself.
Then squeezed. Spirals the ball forward. It clears the defensive zone. They've got runners coming back.
Watch the wizard.
McVee. Cox is going to be under pressure. Here comes Watson.
Oh!
Beat the wizard. He's too quick. He's
Come
small.
on, wizard.
But he is electric.
How good was that from Nick Watson? The ball hit the ground, and Brennan Cox, it was like the theme from Jaws. He snuck up
He needs a tighter jumper, Coxie. He just had a little bit of give in the back. He didn't sense the danger. You did, Jack. He didn't.
Jack Riewoldt certainly did. So Watson, can he make them pay with a second major from directly in front? My word, he can.
That wizard.
Pressure from the number 5, and the Hawks break a
Hold on.
run of a couple of goals from the Dockers and retake the
It's
lead.
another clip. I have to check how long the clip is. Hang on, let me check.
Again, it's a handball that just puts the back six into a bit of panic. Doesn't really advantage Cox. He has to turn around and go and retrieve it. And you know, as a defender, you can't fumble. He doesn't fumble. He does a good job, but he's under genuine heat. Look at this. This is what got him
Perfect.
drafted. The rest has
Perfect.
just been unbelievable. This is the reason all clubs are chasing small forwards that apply heat like this.
The heat is on.
Nick Watson with the
On
Coles
the
goal.
street.
3-2 for the night.
Oh.
Magnificent chase.
What a tackle.
And carried on with it with a good finish. Back in the middle. Scooped up to Jackson. With a long spiral ball.
Boom!
And it's landed in the lap of Amos. The Doosra.
That kick.
He bowled the Doosra. There was a ripper through the air. Oh, trouble there for Mason Cox by the looks, but just the breakaway power from centre bounce.
Big.
This will be their 4th score.
Big.
From winning 5 centre bounce clearances.
Still night for goal kicking. Picture of concentration. Jai Amos doesn't miss.
I miss. No miss.
When so many numbers come into a pack, you think about how these two teams are set up. Hawthorn behind the ball and Fremantle ahead of it. There is a lot of big bodies involved in this pack here as Mason Cox still doing a bit of work here, but Kingy.
They're smacking him at clearance. It's a smacking. 12 effective clearances to 4. So even when Hawthorn are getting the ball, the pressure from Fremantle is forcing them to cough the ball up. So 11 first possessions to the Hawks, but only 6 clearances. Only 9 first possessions to Freo, but 12 clearances. So the inside tough battle at the moment, well in favour of the Fremantle Dockers. The Hawks need to arrest that immediately, or this game will slide.
Can the Hawks do something about the clearance?
There it is.
Not this time, Meek. Nash throws himself.
Oh. What? What's going on here?
Battle could have raffled it.
What happened there?
To Ginnivan.
Stand, Hill. Stand. Right on.
So, towards
Sicily.
No. Just let it go. Stand. Clark.
Sicily goes laterally.
Numbers out this far side.
Ryan to Impey. Just massaging the ball around. Impey down the line. Lewis flies, couldn't take the mark. D'Ambrosio at the fall of the football. McDonald inboard to Lewis. Now Ward and Impey. It's labour intensive, but keeping's off at the moment. Mackenzie.
Good usage by Impey, as you would expect. Mackenzie just drops it out in front of Meek. Does well to stay in front of Jackson. Ginnivan ground level, gathers it. No room to move with Young.
Boys, just an update from down here. Tom Barris has gone down into the rooms with some sort of lower leg issue, and we saw Mason Cox on the screens as well, so it's all for a tour right now.
It's a big story. Been so good for so long. Barris down back for the Hawks in his first 18 months.
Meek down to Wards, and then a spinning ball. In the front spot.
He's too good.
Excellent use of the left arm there from Jack Gunston. Great body position. See that clear stoppage. Get forward. Gunston's a great mark on the lead. This still on the lead here. But he just shifts. You can see this left arm goes into Brennan Cox. She's looking for him there, trying to find the body just to separate, and gets enough separation.
Will plays 300th later in the year. 2-2 so far tonight. The radar just starting to sharpen up for his third.
You mentioned the importance of Tom Barris. He's been so solid taking the big boys. He's on Tracy, comes into this contest and just looked a bit ginger after this contest. Immediately he left the ground.
Well, he's the number 3 ranked intercept marker in the competition. He's the pillar of the back 6. So we're seeing Gunston go to work. It's been amazing watching him play in the form that he's in. He's just ageless, is Jack Gunston. Positioning, absolutely textbook.
Throws their system a little bit out of whack, though, not having Barris down there, is that you think maybe Weddle might have to go behind the ball and play key back. Currently Hardwick matched up.
So straight away they put Jackson to full forward.
Hawthorn retake the lead to try and expose the Hawks with some tall timber. Ward sends it back around the body. Chapman in good position. Good spoil. Provided by Mackenzie. Now Chapman slung in the tackle. Back to Clark. Typically a good user. Sends it long down the line. Floating in from the side is the big presence of Tracy.
Big.
No, it's going the other way. It's a block.
What?
That's a big win there for Hawthorn.
Great kick Hawthorn.
So you'd think that's a big mismatch there.
They're going up the middle of the Hawks. Ward. Mackenzie kept it low.
Oh.
Fired it onto the sternum of Gunston.
Just one of those players, when he gets hot, he gets really hot, Jack Gunston.
Just crazy.
He doesn't rely on too much, but he leads up at the ball. I mean, it's one of the best traits you can have as a forward.
Yeah, I still would like to have seen Pearce as the match. I just think he's got so much craft that he doesn't allow this pure lead. He does his body work a bit earlier.
Yo!
No
What's
problem
up?
whatsoever for Jack Gunston. That's now 4.
You may still see Pearce at some stage.
Yeah, well, he's cleaning them all out, isn't he?
How's it
4
going?
goals too in, 35 minutes of footy. What a marvel this guy's been. 7 marks already.
How are you?
Every time he leads, he's being well serviced. And this is really good movement here. Just watch how early he beats his opponent. It's over there, and the mark hasn't been taken in the middle of the ground. So he's doing his work 4, 5, 6 seconds ahead of when the ball arrives, and that's where I think Alex Pearce is very strong. He may get beaten on a straight line lead, but they all are.
Any word on Barrasco?
Yeah, there is. Just seen him come out of the rooms, boys. I think he's done a hamstring, so he could be done for the day. Big loss for Hawthorn in a blockbuster match here at Optus Stadium.
Oh, that's a big story. Kingy Jack, figure out what the Hawks are going to do.
Thanks, Sibby.
Try and save that situation and what Fremantle can do to exploit
Why,
it.
mate?
Reed gets it from Johnson. He'll get it back, Murphy Reed. Off the instep.
Oh.
Might work out on the path of Amos Weddle. So no Barras. What do the Hawks do behind the ball?
Well, they're going to rely on their midfield to put tremendous pressure on. Anything that comes clean will be difficult to defend. It's very tough to cover a player of that calibre in game. But if the Hawks, anyone can do it, it's the Hawks.
Reeves taps it down, scrounging it out. Was Young. It's a bouncing ball. Nash with the fist. Clark met hard by Butler.
Because they got Weddle, who's almost a key position size anyway, Jack. And his speed's terrific. He's going to fall back on Amos already.
Reeves and Cox. McKenzie scrapping for it. Nash trying to crash his way out.
Well, Will Schofield telling you what's happening. So ice on the hamstring of Barras. He'll certainly be out. A long flight home for Tom. Aim on round the corner. Ramsden. Now Clark. Fitness is your friend. Sitting over the top of it. Aim on. So we'll get the hand pass out to Newcomb. Crowd wanted some involvement for the whistle. They don't get it. Get him ahead of the footy. Promising build-up. Here he is on the lead again. It's a perfect kick. And Gunston is slicing up the Dockers.
What's going on?
Oh, we're making a lot of the matchup at the moment, which is having some sort of influence on Jack Gunston's game. But they are just ripping it through the middle part of the ground. And Fremantle have no defence here. We've already seen Alex Pearce have conversations with Caleb Sarong about this defence through that centre part of the ground.
Gunston, 4 goals 2 already. Gunston's got 5. Still 10 to go before half time. And at the moment, the number is unstoppable.
The Dunstall light.
So this is just not being planned or prepared for Jack Ginnivan. So a high IQ player, there's Tom Barras on the bench with that hamstring and ice. Look at him gone. Johnson can't get back to recover. He's nowhere near him. Strolling through the middle of Optus Stadium all alone, you're going to pay a price for that. So when you lose contain on these half forwards, and they're playing some tricks, there's no doubt. Clark couldn't recover from the other side. Johnson couldn't assist. And Gunston says, thank you very much. Give me one-on-one.
It's crazy.
80 metres of isolation and I'll get it done.
How many marks is he have?
Emphatic stuff from Jack Gunston. Tap one down in the Newcomb direction. Bunted along the ground towards Sarong. Ginnivan grabs him over the top. Nash ball up.
Clearance is 15-9 in favour of Freo.
Reeves and Cox.
It's
Cox
the
went
order.
down only as far as Newcomb, who tumbles it inside 50. Grabbed by Pearce. They grab him. Erasmus round the corner. Floats.
Yeah, I'm alright, mate.
There's going to be a whistle. Free kick Fremantle.
Bit of pain.
Jack Gunston is now leading the Coleman. The number 19, where Jason Dunstall kicked 1,254 goals.
They might gap him with another half to go here, Howie. And 10 more minutes.
29 for the season for Gunston. Reeves gets into the path of Amon. Newcomb, all eyes ahead of the footy.
The Gunston.
Where the 19 is. Floats down in that direction now. He could almost get the bounce here. Lewis, Butler, Frederick, no way through. Good tackle. And I said he had prior opportunity, and the home fans.
Where's the prior?
The decision.
This is a big issue for Fremantle. They just cannot defend the middle part of the ground at the moment. Lucky to get a turnover there with a trailing player and a fumble, but the service that Jack Gunston is getting through this middle is certainly having a big impact on this game.
Brendan Cox. Going short. Chip to Pearce.
Pearce Cox.
Plays on Clark. Wagner. Searching ball. Cross at the front. Really
waited.
From Battle. Clobbered it.
Right, wait for it. Doing the RP thing. Nice, man.
Great play. He left Tracy to get there. So you take a risk. Voss somehow marks that ball or they crumb it. Your man all alone, top of the goal square.
Jack Gunston, 8 disposals, 7 score involvements, 5 goals, 2 and 1 that was reversed on him.
How many
Just
marks?
shaved the post. Lewis thought about the hand pass to the runner. In the end, he's forced to stand. Now plays on. Drops a shallow entry inside 50. Ramsden competes in the air. Ginnivan at ground level. Erasmus rides the bump. Does really well. Back to Sarong. Now the Dockers can move off half back.
They do so
Clark.
through Clark.
Oh.
Then Tracy left behind by Battle.
50.
Battle did some good things in the last couple of minutes or so. That's a raking ball, and Warner put his fist right through it.
Well, the way Hawthorn have been using the ball predominantly this season's been wide from the boundary from their own D50, going at 10%. Tonight they're up to 25%. It might not seem like a big shift, but it shows a definite shift from Sam Mitchell on the way they want to come through the middle of Optus Stadium.
Freo led by 2 at quarter time. Hawthorn have kicked 4 goals to 1 for the term. Jack Gunston's kicked 5 in the last 3 goals of the affair. Sicily, Weddle, Dudley, always dangerous. Now Murphy Reid talking about
Oh,
dangerous.
City Discord.
Accelerates, sends it all the way forward and nails the goal.
Murphy Reid, goal.
The number 16 provides for the Purple Army.
They needed that goal. Yeah. 6 goals 5. Kicking themselves out of it.
You've got to win that ground ball. You've got to be able to diffuse the offensive threat of these guys at ground level. So Freo are happy for this ball to come to ground. And then they just hunt. And Reid is such a dangerous presence, particularly in that 70 to 50 metre zone from goal. Just makes the right decision. He had options here. In the end, chose the right one. Didn't strike it absolutely pure, but got the job done. What a game this is.
It's our first little look at the Hawthorn defence with an aerial ball with no Tom Barris down there as well.
Dockers trying to claw their way back after leading by 2 at quarter time. Newcombe with first access here.
Oh.
Gather is fantastic
Stop.
under pressure. He sights a couple of plays, including Watson. Watson in space. Gets the one down, kicks another one. He's kicked 3.
Oh, really?
What about that? Just the sheer football arrogance, and we love it.
It is pure arrogance.
I love it.
No other way to
take the ball at full speed and then drop back onto the left, and you just knew he was going to kick it.
Oh, really? Nice, man. Nice.
This is a man in super form.
Is that one of the biggest communities in Australia?
And we've talked a lot about that.
Look at the turning circle here, though. Just puts the foot in the ground. Joe McTree stands no chance there.
Watson's got 3, Gunston's got 5, the Hawks have got 9. Big time players are stepping up in a big time game, and the Hawks again extended out to a 16-point margin. That's why you come to the footy, to see blokes like this do their thing. 5 goals to 2 for the term the way of the Hawks. Another clearance. Lewis. Butler probably spoiled his teammate in the end, attempting the second grab at the mark. Wagner. Frederick kicked a goal on the first, drops it back.
2 metres.
Spreads it wide to Ryan, who had Gunston early but was taken off him. Fredericks continued to run on. Mason Cox is back out there, so good news with that hamstring. He wants it deep. He's in good position, Cox. He'll fly now. Spills to the ground. Dudley pops up.
Oh.
Nearly for Isaiah.
Oh, right.
Touches, 1 goal, 1 for Dudley. Hardwick.
There's an American serve with them.
Beautiful night in Perth, around about 18 degrees.
Oh.
Impey. Battle. Oh, that's dicey. Sicily scooped it off the floor. And they're going to have a look at this.
What?
They're indecisive, so they're throwing it in.
Called not 15, so...
Still could be on the full.
But not.
Yeah, that was on the full.
Crowd here in the West tonight. Frederick. Rated so
Hey,
long for
mate.
potential premiership.
How are you?
Brings it to ground. Now the runners come over the top of Amon. Switkowski dangerous. Weddle takes on the tackle. Didn't have any prior opportunity.
Hey, mate.
Thanks, guys. Roll off. Thanks, Josh.
Fascinating first half. Meek down. Impey had a fresh airy. Ward gathered. D'Ambrosio, who's in good form. A darting ball. Wagner juggled. Almost marked it. Pearce hugging the boundary. Hemmed in. Kept it in. Wagner on hands and knees. They hatch over him. And holding it.
There you can see, just dragged it in.
The hit by his own teammate.
On top. Nash knew he had him done as well.
Oh, yeah. Hey!
Marks have been hard to find.
Oh.
Hawks are coming up to mark 39. Freo just the 28.
Might get weeks for that.
Great view of the grid. Hawthorn's trying to work its way through. Butler kicked the goal on the first
Oh,
turn.
we just hit bloody Mason Cox
An aerial
in the
contest.
stomach.
Pearce taken away from him by Meek. Pearce comes a second time. What a captain he is for this football club. Ward, Lewis, an important touch. Butler did well. Amon stepped through a bit of traffic. End over end ball. Dangerous. Watson look for Newcomb. Give it back to Nick. He's kicked a couple. He goes to Gunston for the first time defeated an aerial contest, and the crowd love it. There's still problems though. Impey ducking, dodging. Goes back to Newcomb. Very short. Straight to Cox. It's the first time we've seen Gunston defeated all night, and by gee, the Purple Army enjoyed it.
I don't know whether he was defeated. I think he was defeated by the kicks inside forward 50 there, because he had space again on Brendan Cox.
Twice, yeah.
Just getting separation at will here.
Great cat and mouse stuff, wasn't it? Weddle down.
Oh!
Completely dropping at Brayshaw. Free kick, advantage paid. More to Lewis.
Once again, it's just that small tick lead, that little lead up. Go back to come back up at the ball. Great tackle there from Weddle. Pressing forward. Dylan Moore. He had eyes for Jack Gunston. Mitch Lewis pops into a nice little hole there. And what is a mismatch?
Taking 8 marks inside 50 of the Hawks. Gunston has 7 of the 8.
Relatively quiet Mitch Lewis so far with the 7 touches.
7 touches for a big guy is pretty good.
Half time, we're right behind it, and it's going to glance to the left at the last minute.
Striking the ball there from Mitch Lewis. Tough spot to kick goals from.
Ryan started the night on Gunston, who now presses up on Ryan. Decides to just bang it as far out as he can. Battle with the Spore. Switkowski, no room.
And that's the gap in the game. The Hawks have been able to move the ball freely from their defensive half, and Fremantle getting stopped in their tracks.
Jackson heard the voice of Frederick. Now Switkowski. Newcomb's been outstanding. Too much on the hand pass. The two blondes combined. Watson nearly got it from Bolton. Now they run. Opportunity for the former Demon. He gets it back. McVee. Here's the important kick. Drives it forward.
Oh!
Who will enjoy this?
We've seen it on repeat from a Hawthorn point of view. They've been able to bring the ball through the middle part of the ground for a handball there. This is a great handball chain coming through the middle of Optus Stadium here. An absolute forward's delight. Patrick Voss sitting on the opposite side of James Sicily, and it's the kick there that makes the mark.
Kick Fremantle's first goal of the night and celebrated in fine style. You'd expect you'd do it again if he can nail this. The number 20 slides off the outside of the boot. They haven't kicked well for goal and set shots tonight, Fremantle.
6-7 for Freo.
He's had a horror between 30 and 50 all year. Patrick Voss just a few goals from about 15 shots.
Eamon
Hola.
to the congestion. Ryan with the spoil. Only to McDonald. Swept it out to D'Ambrosio. D'Ambrosio with a purposeful kick, but Cox was all over it. Fremantle.
Yeah.
This wall across half-back. Clark, Brayshaw.
I upgraded to premium on the
Whacks it
Xbox.
around as they exit defensive 50. Kick's going to be pulled short. More.
Gunston's deep. McKenzie sees him now. Sets him at task. He's got the one-on-one in there. Cox arrives.
Gee whiz, I thought that might have nearly been a free kick there to Jack Gunston.
He's done his AC.
Left arm as well. Jack Gunston away from that contest, so we're keeping a
Yeah,
close
I'm
eye on
alright,
that.
mate. Bit sore.
As Warner heads in the Jackson direction. To ground they go. In the end, it's Ryan. Debutant recruited from Glenelg. First game of AFL tonight.
In the back, Sarong, Fremantle.
Sarong comes up with a free kick. We've got less than 2 to go first half.
He was aware himself, the former Geelong Grammar student. Back to Ryan.
Nothing aggressive at the moment.
Fremantle by 2 points at quarter time. Hawthorn 5 goals to 2 for the term. Are out to a 16-point margin. If you're just joining us, Jack Gunston's kicked 5. Nick Watson's kicked 3. Single goal kickers for the Dockers. Ryan with 122
Can I get
on
the
the
full
clock.
edition?
Meek flew. Got
What's
a nice
full
piece
edition?
of it by the fist. Butler stripped of it. McVee had some nice moments. Brayshaw sweeping hand pass back to Chapman. Build up from Sarong. They give up ground. Back to Ryan. Well, Watson arrives. You don't see him in shot, then he just appears out of nowhere.
The wizard.
He'll come again, and they get out of it.
Yeah.
Clark, less than a minute to go.
That's what I got. The premium upgrade.
Fremantle, perhaps with one final thrust here. Ryan heads to McVee, the middle of Optus. Cox. And then just sizes up the options.
Jackson!
A little bit of time. He's got it to the unicorn.
Great call, Matty. Yep, he thought about it. You sensed he was going to blaze to the top of the square. You can see that. Just a little three-quarter kick to the right side for Luke Jackson on Lloyd Meek. Put it in the space that the big ruckman wanted it. An excellent kick inside forward 50 from Brennan Cox.
Good kick.
The siren will sound for half-time. Luke Jackson, who kicked his 100th goal in AFL last week. For a much-needed score for the Dockers. Luke Jackson misses.
Well, great game here. Great game, fast-flowing at the moment.
Halftime.
He's the star of the show.
Halftime. So, what's happening? Look at the stats, shall we? Newcomb 15, Impey 13, Sarong 12, Brayshaw 12. Gunston, 8 marks. Tackles. Luke Jackson, get outs. Meek, Jackson, and Reeves, 11, 11, 10. Clearances. Sarong. Gunston, 5.
Hawthorn took control of that quarter. I thought that the ability to win the contest through the middle of the ground, the way they used the corridor when they did win that the contested ball, and then they're able to an open forward line for Jack Gunston to cash in on. But yeah, very impressive game
That's
of footy.
crazy.
I think the Hawks looking super.
No
Good
surprises.
start.
Our Harvey Norman highlights are Jack Gunston. He has 5 goals at halftime. His career best is...
Halftime goes about half an hour, I think. Also on the YouTube, boys. Check it out. This yesterday? What the fuck? What are you talking about? Oh, did I? Oh, hollow play. I thought it was a hollow plane. Is it hollow? Banger. Oh yeah. Third ship.
Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy.
Right.
I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy. I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel energy. I feel energy. Every time you touch me, I feel energy. I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel, I feel.
What? What the fuck? Defense on him. Ah. What the fuck are we doing? Why is that me? That's so shit. Frollo, that's cool. The rest of fucking gold cards though, like what the fuck?
Feel that energy. Feel that energy. I feel that energy. I feel that energy. I feel that.
One more. Oh, can you let me steal a ball, man? Plus me 3k coins. Ooh, 24 guns. Holy shit. That's a lot. That's a lot of guns. Is that a 4? Is that a 4? Yes, it is. 8 more defensive acts. Damn it. What? Oh, fuck? You're cooked. Fucking hell, what is... It's a fucking opal. Like, what are we talking about here, man? What are we fucking talking about, man? That's bullshit. No, wrong plan. No. No. choked it. Choked it. That's it. I think we won. Did we win? Oh, they took the whole clock to. Maybe I lost. Oh. I always wanted. Expender, eh? Duncan. Oh. I already had him. What the hell?
Was up level with Brent Harvey on 432 AFL games against Geelong. Returns alongside Bo McCreary and Jeremy Howe. So they're big ins against the Cats. Craig McRae hears the criticism of not playing his star. Of course, with a 5-day break last week against Hawthorn, would have tipped the balance. He hears the criticism. I just don't think he cares. Here's Craig McRae.
We've got a deliberate plan around, Pendles hasn't played too many 5-day breaks in his history if you go back on in time. So, that's been sort of reported around being selfish. I would have thought Pendles is probably the least selfish person in our team. But also about what we want. And, he wouldn't have played last week, to be honest. Like, he wasn't in a position to play physically, funnily enough. But, no, we'll plan to play him this week and see what we get. And, there's you can't do Thursday until you've done Wednesday. So we've got to do what Wednesday looks like and so on. So it's a process for us. We'll weigh all that up at the end of the game.
So, Joey, Ben Mackay out of that side, it's a circuit breaker. It probably needed to happen. But what does it say about the fact that this rebuild is, you'd have to say, stagnating with two of their high-priced free agents worth maybe $2 million this year out of that side?
And the Bombers? I don't mind it. I think they have to continue to move forward. And I think the future is probably, going past like guys like Ben Mackay and Gresham. They brought them in a few years ago. They haven't really got out of it what they wanted. So I think you move past and try and expose and find more young talent to build this club going forward.
What are those Port Adelaide doing differently with the second game of a doubleheader with Marcus Bontempelli playing some great football?
They are. They can move the ball. They defend really well, and they can pressure. So Josh Carr's done a great job. It's going to be a test. They're in it up to their eyeballs, Port Adelaide.
All right, good job. We're going to head back to the west shortly. I'm not sure if this is a concern. Jason, Jack Gunston, just getting some work there from the medical staff on his shoulder. We've got plenty more coming up, though. Jack has been awesome. Tomorrow night, a big doubleheader. Friday night footy on Fox. It is Brisbane taking on Carlton. That game from 6:30 p.m. A massive challenge for Michael Voss and his men. And then Port Adelaide up against the injury-ravaged Western Bulldogs. Will the Bont play? We'll find out. 8 p.m. tomorrow.
Sportsbet salutes those
Bang.
who have a crack at a romantic beachside dinner. This bloke's having a crack at a balanced diet. And he's having a crack at finding a park? Someone's towing. But when he wants to have a crack on the footy, it's fast and easy with Sportsbet, the #1 app for having a crack.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Oh.
The following commercial is too tall for TV. The KFC Tower Burger.
Give me that.
An
Oh,
original
you.
crispy fillet, a hash brown. It doesn't fit.
8
Unless we do this.
seconds. What the fuck? It's such fucking bullshit, 2K.
I grew up in a small country town called Northampton. Mum was one of 4 girls. For her to have 3 boys would have been a shock to the system.
1,
Our dentist was
2,
hundreds of kilometres away.
3,
Colgate's how we used
4,
to make sure we kept our dental
5,
hygiene up. For
6,
Mum, that was just a non-negotiable. I've got a daughter who's nearly 2. She's hilarious. She always does a little grin when she's brushing her teeth. I just want to take care of her the same way Mum did with us.
Go Harvey Norman for great deals on HP with Ryzen laptops. Save $400 on this HP OmniBook AI PC with Ryzen AI 7. Hot deal on the HP X Flip, now under $1,500. Amazing deals on the powerful HP OmniBook 5. Best prices at Harvey Norman.
It's Toolkit Depot's Makita Spend and Get. For 3 days only, spend $250 on Makita, get $50 back in TKD bucks. The more you spend on Makita, the more you get back. Exclusive to TKD members. Thursday to Saturday, only at Toolkit Depot.
You should never have switched. Well, how did you know to stay? Well, I compared my retirement.
Stick with your industry
God.
super fund in retirement and your money could go further too.
Fucking point of having a good still player when you can't steal the ball.
Over 6 million Australians have looked for the symbol and found a super fund where profits go to members, not shareholders. You too could be better off. Look for the symbol and find a fund run for you.
Super Cheap Auto has been making it super since the 70s. Whether it's a quick trip to the shops or you're out chasing bad guys. Whoever you are, whatever you drive, make it super. Super Cheap Auto.
Hungry Jack's Whopper just got a delicious makeover. Try the new Bistro Whopper with flame-grilled Aussie beef, Swiss cheese, grilled onions and peppercorn sauce. Or try the Bistro Jack's fried chicken. The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
What a game, the Thursday night footy. Fremantle by 2 at quarter time. Hawthorn 5 goals to 2 in the second term. Jack Gunston kicked goals 3, 4 and 5. And it is Hawthorn by 15 points. Who can turn it around for Fremantle, David King?
Well, I need a lift from that man, Hayden Young. Just the 3 kicks in the first half, 5 disposals. We did 20 minutes on him in the pre-match, and that's the last time we actually saw him. So he needs to get busy. They're crying out for a difference maker. 15-point lead to the Hawks. He's the one.
Hawthorn with 4 of the last 5 goals in that second quarter.
Yeah, Nick Watson, that's his second highest rated half in his career. He's currently sitting 3rd in the Coleman. Gunston leads it, Watson's 3rd.
Hawks by 15, away we go. Reeves to Newcomb, he's taken in a good tackle. And we'll go again. Jackson down towards Young. Again, the 3rd ball up.
Not that one.
Fun watch those two. Boston Sicily. Jackson earns himself a free
That
kick
one.
out of the middle.
Can't show the action screen.
Chips it forward, too much on it for Bolton. Ground level fumble. Swikowski, Eamon. Donald didn't have any prior opportunity.
3 intercept possessions for Sicily, 0 intercept marks.
Boston Sicily. Hard to take your eyes off it. The ball's at the other end of the ground. Last disposal.
Last disposal. Push everyone to the line.
D'Ambrosio. Full penetration on the kick. Sits up a little. Pierce with the fist. Nash. Eamon had to get rid of it fast and did. McDonald. Nash Lewis. Kept it low. Couldn't quite scoop it up, did Ramsden, and he scooped it out.
Bit of protection of the corridor there from Fremantle. Forwards getting up the ground, filling that corridor, helping their midfield out. They're exposed in that first half through there. No doubt Justin Longview has spoken about access to forwards through there.
See how deep Jack Gunston is, right in the back of shot, in the goal square. Barris out for the game with a hamstring.
Throw.
He didn't really take possession. Sarong did. High up and under ball. Here's Gunston all the way back in the square. Starts as deep as anyone in the game. Nash. Moore. Tied the game up last week after the siren. And a good mark coming out by Captain Courageous Pearce.
Yeah, well done by the captain. So far, fumble to Switkowski. A fumble just then to Brayshaw. Oh.
Pearce's ball, 50-50. Hardwick in from the side. Up against Ryan and out of play. Freo by 2 at quarter time. Hawks by 15 at half time. Jack Gunston with the 5 goals so far. Watson 3. Jackson patted it down. Brayshaw traps it. Reeves and Jackson lock horns again. And Young. Some acceleration. Chipping ball along the wing. Sicily just nudged underneath of it by Foss. Sicily receives the football. Looping handball. Dudley's hovering. Affects the tackle.
It's a good tackler.
The technique perfect. Took
Great tackler.
There's the headache for the Fremantle coaches box right there.
Look how deep he is. He's in the goal square.
It's a very stressful place to be for the fullback. Would you look at the space in front of him there?
Free kick, Fremantle.
Ball not given back on the full free kick here, boys.
What do you mean?
Chapman.
Not giving back to the goal upper?
Sicily pokes the chest out. There's Voss. Runs his measure. Drives it inside 50. Hardwick stays behind. Tracy splits the pack. On the 5th grab. He had it on the 3rd. Just strength.
That's a statement.
Oh,
that is a statement. Now,
what a mark.
This guy to Carey-like hands, but he may just have a Carey-like presence in this forward 50. That's the free kick there for not giving the ball back. Just have a look at him attack this pack. That's amazing.
Split it open.
Not giving back
He's
to the
kicking
goal
1 goal to round out the first term. Tracy.
I thought I had to be recording to say.
And it's 75% accuracy in 2024, 71% last year. And this year, just dropping down to the low 60s and can't take title of that one.
9 touches, 1
6-9
goal, 2 tonight. Eamon, the battle. Was Hardwick, who ran hard off a step, accelerated quickly. Sicily. Now Sicily exits defensive 50 with a nicely weighted kick to Lewis.
See Hawthorn setting up here. They've accessed the corridor early in that first half. Now just chipping it around, trying to stretch the Fremantle defence, trying to find that hole.
So they go around the grid. Now Hardwick's kick is wide, so Weddle had to use a little bit more petrol than he would have liked. And now Ginnivan.
Just trying to press for holes at the moment in the grid from Freo. Nothing on in the middle of the ground, as you can see from behind Ginnivan. That's what's presented to him. So he drops it long down the line. Oh, that was Bodie Ryan straight off the bench, I reckon. Yeah. Just rolled straight onto the footy and good use going forward. Mitch Lewis spins. Here comes Gunston. They ignore that lead. Mitch Lewis decides to go all the way towards goal and delivers with a major.
Damn! That's bang.
That's as good a bench change as you'll see. Just enter the field, my friend, and grab yourself a possession. And he used it perfectly, Ryan. Well, you have to see this again to believe it. He just comes on the ground. I don't even know if he come on legally. But it didn't matter. This kick, that is class. And Lewis did a fantastic job to assess his options. And I'm as good a chance as hitting it from here as finding a target. But that bench change has to be seen to be believed.
Max Verstappen on the weekend came out of the pits, and did he cross the right line was the call from the steward. We'd have to have a look at that as well.
We're going to definitely have to have a closer look. It was a great finish from Lewis, but we have to have a closer look because it looked like he might have not come through correct.
Yeah, I don't think he went through the gates, but it was a great kick.
Just when you think you've seen everything. Reeves, McKenzie, Nash all working hard. That's not going to be a mark, so play on. Moore, McKenzie, Ward has to do a little bit of extra work. Back to Hardwick. Eventually just throws it on the boot. Who's there? Gunston at the back. Cox didn't do too badly. And McVie threw it on the boot. Wagner wrapped up, ball it up.
Max Verstappen, he copped 5 seconds after the race a penalty for crossing the white line out of the pits.
What are you suggesting, Harry?
They give him a 5-second spell. I don't know.
I don't reckon Odie Ryan's getting what Max Verstappen's getting either.
Not on 75 US annually. High ball inside. Ramsden gets to the back. Cox looks composed. Just spirals it out of defence. Hawks have got a 2-on-1. The one does well in the form of Amos. D'Ambrosio just escorts it across the line.
Didn't mind a kick there from Brennan Cox. I actually thought like he sort of had no options on. Here's the interchange. King, you're the judge.
Well, I think he comes out from outside the gates. I think Red Bull are in trouble here.
No one's going to the stewards.
Meek got a leg to it. Clark, Reed, Johnson, Reed, flicked it out. Sarong switches to the other side.
Kick.
No mark taken by Young, but he's going to get a free kick. It's been quiet so far, Kingy.
He has, but he's lifted his rating at the start of this third term. He's working hard here. Put himself a couple of touches.
Wagner. Wanting some assistance further afield. High ball.
Rio need a goal, big time.
That was easy pickings for Meek.
The Hawks out to a 20-point game high margin. The only goal of the term.
Doing this well, just controlling the tempo of the game. So when the opportunity is there to go fast and really search for corridor, they take it. And when there isn't,
Voss slipped at the inopportune time, or Sisley was under all sorts of pressure, casually rolls out of defence to McKenzie, Weddle. Well done coming the other way. It was
Clark.
Takes
The
only 2 mistakes of the game.
What is this?
Now Moore, Dudley. Gets away from him somehow, Dylan Moore.
What is going on? Football.
The ball's taken care of.
He's just slipped over Vossi. He had the easy, uncontested mark, and he was so wedded to the back of Sicily that he just lost his balance.
Mason about to enter the arena again. Meek couldn't quite run around his opponent.
Where was his on-ballers to help him?
Frederick's handball. Real hopeful one, that one. D'Ambrosio grabbed by Frederick, got it away. McKenzie, Ginnivan thought about the handball that he's grabbed by Water, and he's gone.
Excellent here from Fremantle, protecting the centre part of the ground.
Plays on quickly, and then Johnson dropped it. It's getting messy in the third term. Reed, gang tackle, 3 Hawks, and gone.
What a game of footy. Pressure going through the roof. Both coaches look on.
And there's the difference. Fremantle missing their tackles, Hawks sticking them.
200 and 201. So Hawthorn were down at 140 in the first term. They've lifted their pressure rating. Weddle streaming off half back. Drops it deep forward. Gunston out of position. Good use of the body by Cox.
Haven't seen much clean ball. Haven't seen any clean ball for Hawthorn in this third quarter in the first 8 minutes coming through. in that forward 50 where Jack Gunston was dining out. A lot of long balls here, so Brendan Cox would be thanking his players up the field for putting some defensive pressure on.
Jackson attacks it. Nash, Watson, they've got fingertips to it. McVee's kick smothered, Johnson gathered, they grab him. That's going nowhere.
This is Wizard territory here.
They'll block for him, the Hawks. Moore, here comes Watson. Ramsden. It's pretty well at ground level. Here's Watson from a tight angle.
Oh.
Across the face.
Oh.
And he needs the slightest of opening.
They all sat back, the Fremantle defenders, and thought someone else was going to do their job for them and nearly paid the ultimate price.
Clark, 32 games for the Cats, 5th year at the Dockers. Sinks his slipper into it. Nash with the crumbs to aim it. Little chip. It's a wide chip and no mark Ramsden and out.
Couple opportunities, Ramsden. Trying to break into a team
You
like
have
this.
to go for the high, give me 5, and he didn't give it to him. So it's like
Ramsden
gave himself the 5.
Meek, Newcomb off the instep, sends it 20 from home. Pearce, Lewis in from the side, stays in the contest. Watson checks side.
Oh.
Dumped it out on the full.
Seen him take off there previous. Puts the ball under the arm and runs all the way to the goal line. And the check side there, his left's been deadly tonight, though.
Oh, ball!
Around with it. Gunston's hovering. He's not going to get access to it.
That's on the ball.
I don't know what was going through the mind of Carl Warner there.
Can I just go back to the broken tackles? So if you look at the Hawks have been able
ball.
to break 15 tackles. Fremantle yet to break a tackle.
Is that a ball?
That's a huge gap in the game.
Massive discrepancy. So what they were doing there, just completely lost concentration. D'Ambrosio, the Hawks are peppering. They were accurate in the first half, not so in the second.
The Hawks, what are you doing?
So Brennan Cox. Long ball. Sicily.
Good boss.
Was almost the only man that was going for it in the end.
50. Fucking hell, man.
From goal. No one really to kick it to, so he just has to bomb it and hope. Where's Gunston? Ramsden off hands. D'Ambrosio crashes into the pack. Clever work, Ward. McDonald's kick smothered. Sarong had it for a moment. Gunston's got it. He's grabbed. And the ball up.
7 inside 50s, 1 for the term the way of the Hawks. Only 1 goal though to show for all their work forward. Meek, Jackson, McDonald. The man who you like, Jack Rewalt.
Yeah, he was standing on his own there too. Chapman couldn't find him, he was looking around.
Gets on the move this time. Meek grabs it out of the ruck. Somehow negotiates his way through, does Lloyd. Another
1
miss.
point.
Freo defence under the pump. Halfway through the 3rd term. Luke Ryan. Kicks to the contest. Long raking ball. And it's Fitzkowski. Out to Young. Now he's got a chance to go for a run. Reed now. Little ball inside 50's a good one. Good delivery
Amos.
to Amos.
Only the second inside 50 here for Fremantle for this quarter. And it's that man there. Young getting involved.
They haven't been able to move the ball from the defensive 50 pretty much all game. That's only the 3rd time they've gone inside the forward 50 from 23 opportunities. The Hawks have kicked 3 goals too out of their defensive 50. So there's small gaps in the game, but if you get your class players involved, Young and Reed, good things happen.
Barely touched it tonight. Amos with 2 disposals. He's kicked 1 goal.
He doesn't get a lot of touches.
Wheels round onto the 50. Gives it everything for a goal.
Oh, Amos.
He kicks 2. Much needed for the home side. It's back to 16 points.
Yeah, and they're crying out for Hayden Young to just rip this game to bits. for the next 10 minutes or so to get Fremantle back in the match, because tactically Sam Mitchell's got this exactly where he wants it. Play with corridor when they've had the chance, they've chipped the ball around when they've wanted to take time off the clock, and they've really clamped the Fremantle ball movement, but they just slipped the noose on that occasion. And it's a perfect pass from Reid, really. It was an obvious kick in the end, but generally players tend to blast that one as deep as they possibly can to the back leading forwards, but that's just perfect play.
Yep, saw the man coming up. As soon as that turn happens from a miss, pulled the trigger.
Goal apiece, 15-point half-time margin. Eked out to 16. McDonald usually steps around Mason Cox. Pokes it forward to space. Didn't really get connection with the forwards. Bolton, Brayshaw, the run of Fremantle as the crowd gets involved. Cox, looping hand pass. Reid's dangerous with ball in hand. Shins that one and touch forward. Hardwick back to Amos. Goes back by hand. Erasmus spits it out wide to Frederick, and they're just starting to get a bit of momentum. And the team in purple.
Joe Bolton's another player that hadn't touched the ball on that previous bit of play, had 2 disposals. He's another one that needs to lift for Fremantle to get back into this game. You can just see here they were just looking for that steady possession. Finally some composure there.
4th goal for the season. He's kicked 4 goals, one of them this evening. In the first term was Michael Frederick for 2 in a row. Pretty good effort, just drifts across the face. Stays in play, dangerous area.
Oh!
The Hawks take care of it. Voss is appealing to all umpires out on the ground, but not shown a reception from any of them.
Murphy Reid starting to work his way into this game as well. Centre forward.
Important next 8 minutes as Eamon goes long. Lewis sets himself, being held.
Come on, Brian. Fuck's sake.
It's a big win for Freo, though. They've just been able to slow the Hawthorn offence down, force them long down the line.
Lewis kicked the first goal of this quarter to a 2-on-2. Cox didn't have enough of it, the umpire said. Brayshaw, he pummels it back towards Erasmus. Goes wide at a Clark.
After he got rid of it.
2 wide.
17 disposals for Aim on 16 for Newcombe.
I didn't know you could tackle someone after they kicked it.
Wrong 14.
Fucking hell, what game are you watching?
Amon, just defensive side of the
He's
wing.
kicked the ball,
So
Ginnivan's dumped him,
in the first half, dropping them long at the moment.
and he's still holding him after he's kicked it out of bounds on the full. It's like, far out, umpire. What do you got to do to get a free?
Reeves, Mason Cox, Erasmus runs out of room.
Fucking pathetic, man.
In this 3rd term, 1 to Lewis, 1 to Jai Amos. Freo chant around Optus Stadium. Shallow throw in. Nash. Quick kick. Quick sky ball. Waiting at the back, Gunston. Lewis at the front. Warner handball. Clark. Erasmus has a little bit of time to think about it. And down the throat of Tracy. Good strong mark.
Composed in defence at the moment, Fremantle. Lewis and Amos, the goal scorers for the turn. Tracy's kick one, missed a couple of opportunities. Murphy Reid starting to really threaten. Voss picks it up nice and takes on the tackle. Newcombe gets him. Frederick just taps it forward. Bolton dropped the head. Eamon got away from that tackle. Frederick steps through. Hand pass only as far as Impey. Calm system.
Everyone's falling over there. What's wrong with the pitch?
Under pressure. Kicks out of bounds on the full. It's coming back. Crowd trying to get involved too. Ryan.
Boys, it's actually getting quite slippery down here.
Yeah, what's going on?
As the night has come in, so is the moisture. So players struggling to keep their feet a little bit.
Brayshaw back to Ryan. Thanks, Will. Now Chapman. That true centre-half back, Kingy.
Yeah, and they're out of tickets. There's really not a lot on offer for Chapman.
Kick a floating one to Erasmus. And he chips it into the corridor. Sarong thinks about using Erasmus again, but stacked it. the Dockers. Ryan sweeps the handball. Erasmus over the top to Reed. Now the entry kick inside 50. The feet of Amos, and he coughs it up.
Well, they'd got the right movement. They'd actually drawn Hawthorn's defence up. They got in the handball.
Just need to hit that
target. And the kick was on. It just needed to be a little dink. Unfortunately, Murphy Reed nearly missed his foot, kicking that one inside forward 50.
The pressure from Fremantle. You figure the next goal is so important. The Fremantle crowd starting to lift behind their team. Such an important next score. Sarong, can he put it on the board for Fremantle from long range? One-on-one, Sicily Vice gets the fist. Sicily falls to Frederick. Stepping around Johnson. Bolton. Hawthorn continue to press. Clark, here's the important kick. Drives it deep to the top of the square.
Well done, Josh Battle. He protected Josh Battle there.
Why? He didn't mark it there. What are you doing?
Crowd hushes for now as Weddle.
Back to the line.
Outside the defensive arc, but loping towards it as Cox. And plays on quickly. Freo with some urgency here. Erasmus spearing ball, but there's two Hawks on one. Impey. The importance of J.I. Kingy.
Yeah, he just knows where to be. Just got to take their time here. Play wide.
Fremantle seem really keen to employ the forward hand pass game. Reeves, Pearce, Brayshaw doesn't get the bounce. Gives it back to him from Pearce. Reed slung in the tackle. Well done, Amon. High pressure game, second versus third.
It's a cracker, and it's akin to a final, and we're finding out which players can and which players can't stand up.
Barris out of the game with a hamstring. Cox works his way to the front. Sarong read it well. He's gang tackled by Newcomb and Amon.
Yeah, he's on the fly. At stoppages, he's taken it upon himself, Caleb Sarong, to get on the move.
Bolton finds some room to Sarong, and then a worm burner. Did Reed mark it? Amon doesn't think so.
He'll hit the deck.
Get off him.
Piercing ball looked like it might have just hit the deck. It did. If you read, gathered it up. Newcomb shanks it out of defence. Reeves, Pearce stacks on the mill. Moore keeps it in. There's nothing. Both teams look out on their feet. It's a dangerous kick. Watson can't spoil it. Well done coming back with a flight. Carl Warner.
Well done to Fremantle. They have taken all the run from Hawthorn's D50 and D half away from forcing them.
They're not scoring though.
It's got to make the most of their own offensive pushes.
Yo, what's up, man?
They're holding up behind the ball. Though. They've still got a 15-point lead. They're happy for the game to be played at this speed.
Jack Gunston hasn't touched the ball for the term.
High ball from McVee. Who can mark that? Frederick had it for a moment. Amon, Frederick along the ground. Impey then hacks it. Nash's handball through some fingers. Bolton dodging, weaving. Eventually out to Newcomb, and now can Butler. He backpedals to Hardwick at half-back. Good work from Johnson with a smother.
Fatigue looks to have set in here, doesn't it? There's not a lot of options for the ball carrier. They're all out of tickets deep into the third quarter. There's an opportunity here to really press. How aggressive do you want to be if you're Fremantle off the back of this clearance?
Gunston 5 goals in the first half. Perfect for the ruckman down to Sarong. Pokes it inside.
Yeah, I've already done that, Bounty.
It was a slick hand pass to Weddle, who knew it was coming. Runs away from Dudley. Not an easy thing to do. Now Hawthorn slides through the middle through Impey. Dishes it out wide. There's a long lead on. Gunston went one-handed. Does he step Cox? Goes back in by hand. Moore's run forward to the footy. Held up in the tackle. Weddle, they do look tired. And he's over the fence.
Well, he started at the defensive fence and he's nearly gone over the fence in the forward pocket. Incredible run by Josh Weddle. That's the first time we've seen some pace on the ball for Hawthorn.
Defence to over defence.
Boom Tish. Win.
Yeah, right.
Sarong, Reed.
Chilling, yeah.
Just hoiks it down the line. Important ball, and Tracy sees it over.
Just a goal apiece for the team. Fremantle by 2 at quarter time. Hawthorn by 15 after 5 goals to 2 in the second term. The It's a 15-point margin. And a cracking game of Thursday night footy here on Fox. Meek, Jackson, D'Ambrosio took a little hanger earlier on. Out to McKenzie. Again, there's nothing really on offer, so hooks round the corner to the big units. Spills out the back. Chapman tackled twice at Pryor. Oh, yeah, it might be
50.
Nope.
He's lucky.
That bloke doesn't agree.
50.
Butler. Couple of kicks out from goal.
So Pearson's now standing Gunston.
He's got Mitch Lewis in the pocket here on a good mismatch.
He's got to get it there first. Misses everything out of bounds on the fall.
Let's see what he was thinking. Just overkicked Mitch Lewis on Wagner there.
Still 2 goals for the quarter, so really clamped down this third term after such a fascinating and energetic first half. Wagner's kick to the contest. Fisted forward, that'll help the Hawks. Watson with some quick work. Out of the congestion to Butler. Then Nash. Long ball towards the top of the square. Plenty of Dockers. And Warner diffuses.
This is where you've got to be really careful with the blocks that come for Watson.
Well, it's a free, mate.
Minute 18 to go.
You give a free to Butters for getting pushed. That's a free.
A little bit of mayo on it, I think.
Ball back into
What
play.
do you mean?
Where's the block? You saw him steaming through shot there. Butler can't get his way through. Minute 10 on the clock. Just a goal apiece. Game on the line.
What do you
Second
mean?
versus third. Beautiful night for footy in Perth. Jackson, Meek to space, nearly through to Gunston. Punched off the ground. Sarong at a big turn to a contest. Battle. Gets Tracy. Through his
Come
hands.
on, umpire.
Back to D'Ambrosio. You want to get onto the left. Has to go on the ungainly right. Now Fremantle.
Sarong trying to control it. Tracy, the tall man, got it to Wagner. Wagner trying to find some space. Sarong with the tunnel ball. Now Young hemmed in. Back towards the middle of the ground he goes. And straight down the throat of Impey.
Yeah, right place, right time, Jarman.
I figured the Hawks would be happy to go in at 15 points for the good. With a quarter to go. 27 on the clock. Fremantle effected turnover and spin it back the other way. Pearce out the back. Chapman, 18 seconds. Brayshaw. Newcomb used some strength. Falls to the ground. Meek over the top of the footy. Dying moments. McDonald. Hawthorn need a mark inside 50. Spills to a dangerous area. Watson. Even the clock might beat him because he had. Warner. Goal apiece for the term. Fantastic game of Thursday night football. Hawthorn lead at three-quarter time. They lead by 15 at half-time. They've maintained that margin. The Hawks 10-7-67. Fremantle 7-10-52. Hawthorn 15 points to the good. Coming up, big post-game, both press conferences, interviews, Wreck-It Ralph and Chiefs quiz. You will not miss any of that right here on your home of footy. That'd be Fox.
Stay ahead of the game with Better's Live Tracker. Track your same-game multi and live game scores on your phone home screen. Following your multi on the go has never been easier. Available on all same-game multis this AFL season.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Bonnie's just getting behind the big freeze. And a big
big rise.
Head in store and grab your Big Freeze beanie.
And your Big Freeze bucket today. Because when it comes to M&D, we choose to fight.
I choose to do my part.
I choose to make a difference.
I choose to take down M&D. Show your support with a Big Freeze beanie. Or host your own DIY Big Freeze with a bucket. Get into Bunnings for the Big Freeze. And join the fight against MND.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Paddy Cribs.
I grew up in a small country town called Northampton. Mum was one of 4 girls. For her to have 3 boys would have been a shock to the system. Our dentist was hundreds of kilometres away. Colgate's how we used to make sure we kept our dental hygiene up. For Mum, that was just non-negotiable. I've got a daughter who's nearly 2. She's hilarious. She always does a little grin when she's brushing her teeth. I just want to take care of her the same way Mum did with us.
So, Nick, you know how we've been talking about a career after footy?
Yeah.
Well, I just found a job on Seek. That sounds perfect for you. Listen, seeking a whiz with the ability to conjure magical results from thin air.
Tick.
Must be proficient in spell casting.
I love casting spells.
150k, and it's in Hawthorn. It's perfect for you.
I love casting spells.
For the best job matches. And you shall find.
At Coles, footy fans can score more with the Coles goal because it's just kicked off this exclusive online offer. Use promo code POINT20 at checkout to score $20 off a weekly online shop of $200 or more. That's right. Order online or in the Coles app and add promo code POINT20 at the checkout to score $20 off your shop of $200 or more. Footy fans, watch out for the Coles goal every Thursday and Friday to score more at Coles.
You're watching Thursday Night Footy on Fox.
Here's the story so far. Sicily and Voss into each other before the first ball was tossed up. Voss with an early answer, and he was up and about too. Kicked the early goal. D'Ambrosio took a hanger. This is all the first term. Hawthorn was good at ground level, keeping up for 30. Butler on the right, snapping goal. Absolutely brilliant. The Hawks trailed by 2 at quarter time. The chase down tackles. Dudley got Newcomb. Have a look at Watson. Cox, where's he going? He's not getting away from the magical one. Holding the ball, went on and kicked the goal. He had 3 in the first half. There was an injury concern. Barris off before the half-time break with a hamstring issue. The Hawks continued to come. Gunston had 2 at quarter time after 1 was taken off him. That's his 3rd goal. Here comes his 4th at this point. He's just about leading the Coleman, Jack Gunston. 5 in the first half alone. He had plenty of room. Ginnivan hit him. That's his 2nd opponent and went back for his 5th goal. We mentioned Nick Watson. You saw the rundown tackle. Have a look at this. On the left, too much pace. Quick turn, bang! The Wizard had 3 on the ball. The Hawks led by 15 at the major break. Tracy, powerful, 1 goal too. Couldn't convert that one, but he will be a threat up forward. Josh Weddle doing it at both ends, on and off the ground. Entertaining first half of footy. 3rd quarter was action-packed, a goal apiece. Hawthorn lead it by 15 at 3-quarter time. Kath Lockman is on the boundary, Kath.
Howie, they've got the tunes going. They've had the light show for Freo's Purple Hands game, and you can really sense it is game on with a quarter to go. Scully, who are you looking at in terms of players who haven't had as much impact as they usually do and need to step up in this final term?
Well, coming into this game, Shane Bolton is the 8th
His name's Will.
in the AFL.
It's not
He's had
Scully.
2 kicks. He's had 15 touches, 14 touches, just the 2 kicks. I expect him to have a much bigger influence on this game. He is a superstar. We've barely seen him. Huge setup for him this quarter.
And in terms of Hawthorn?
Jack Ginnivan, put it on him a little bit. He's had under 10 touches, Jack Ginnivan. Both play similar positions on the ground. Expect both to have a big influence in this last quarter.
Here we go, Howie. Final quarter, bring it on.
What a game of footy. 2nd versus 3rd and delivering in every single aspect. David King, Jack Reebok.
Well, it was an interesting 3rd quarter compared to the first half where we saw free-flowing footy. Both sides struggled to get up and going. So this is the moment where the superstars stand up. So 2nd v 3rd, Kingy setting themselves up for a big final term here.
Yeah, I'm looking at Nash and Newcomb in the middle. I mean, if they can continue this clearance form, then they can disarm the Fremantle Dockers, who watched Sarong go to work late in that 3rd term and really try and assert himself on the contest.
Great start to round 9. Terrific game of football. 15 points the margin, just like half-time. Sarong first high ball inside 50 for the final quarter. No mark taken by Tracy. He scampers after it. Sicily hatches over the top of it. Eamon there to assist. Ball going nowhere. Umpire wants it.
Interesting to see that Luke Jackson didn't start in the centre bounce. He started at full forward. So Justin Longmuir trying to stretch this undermanned Hawthorn defence.
Played that well, Sicily. Kept it in the area, but wasn't done for holding the ball. Eamon over the top of it. Players throwing themselves in everywhere.
I'll get the other side. Yeah. This guys. Here. Out this way. Out here. Mason lead.
Cox.
Is that two headouts?
Ball hatched in.
Barris there. Sicily has had to go to Tracy.
Cox narrowly. McKenzie stole it. Had a fresh airy. Ryan was there for a moment. Brayshaw progresses it forward towards the top of the square. Hawks have the numbers. Tracy claimed it. Sicily claimed it. Somebody's going to have to win it.
It has to be 50 metres. It has to be 50 metres.
Sicily.
Still a big win for Sicily.
He touched it first. Been play on.
Tracy could have never claimed the mark, so surprising, as you said, Jack.
It's not claiming it. He hit it first.
Anyway, the game goes on. Butler, Newcomb in a tight space, overruns it. Young. Newcomb thought the ball was out. Young said, I'm going to play the whistle and made the good decision. Sarong inside. Tracy gets a big opportunity early in the term.
Yeah, and this is the matchup. Barris done a hamstring. There's a mismatch somewhere in this forward line at the moment. It's Sicily on Tracy. Great work here from Murphy Reid just to slip the handball to Sarong, who's moving as good as you'll see in midfield at the moment. His aggressive patterns, but this is a must.
He's a clever player, Murphy Reid. He's kicked 1 goal to Tracy. This will lift his team and 50,000 Fremantle fans. 1 goal, 3 can't.
Come on, Tracy. The biggest knock on him, he just can't finish. Just cannot finish.
They're big moments. One goes begging there. Eamon uses the time available and then sends it long. Off hands. Erasmus, D'Ambrosio.
Didn't have it. Come on, umpire.
Kick back in towards the middle of Optus Stadium. Over the top, Ryan.
Thanks, Max. Here. Out this way. Mason, Lloyd.
Meek goes himself, tries to crash
Oh.
his way through. The passage had it for too long.
So now you've got to isolate Tracy. He's got the mismatch on Sicily. He's trying to get as deep as he possibly can. You'd like to see Jackson take battle out of the way.
Brayshaw. Long ball, big shot from Sicily on Tracy. Went unseen, just kicked in time. Short of Butler. Clark rides him into the ground. Sicily will be under pressure again. McKenzie steps to tackle. The Hawks eventually get it out. Now Battle wants someone to come towards him. Doesn't present early, down the line. Cox takes care of it.
That's another broken tackle. That's 19 broken tackles for the evening. Fremantle just can't lay a glove on them. Can't recall seeing a number like that.
Meek down towards Newcomb. Sarong. Grabbed by Ginnivan. Quick kick. Up and under from McKenzie. Oh, that's good, strong marking from Ramsden. To Ginnivan. Opens up the eyes.
Oh.
Kick is errant.
What's errant?
A look of frustration from Gunston back to the deliverer.
It's going to have to take some risks here, Fremantle. Have they got the capability to bite off some corridor ball?
Cox looks sore off the ball. Meek. Mason Cox has taken some nice contested marks tonight.
Has. Mason.
This is time getting rid of the football, though.
Yeah, this is their model. It's slow.
Very slow. Down the line, still gets a one-on-one. Ruckman to Ruckman. Jackson. They're pressing here, the Dockers.
Bang it to Tracy.
Sicily back on Tracy again. It's a
bang it to
use
Tracy.
of the ball. Tracy comes up at it now. Here he comes. Crunches into the man Impey, who was in a dangerous position. Whipped out wide, Amos. Hardwick with the spoil. Will Schofield's on the line.
Let's go quicker, boys.
Yeah, so they've made two big moves at three-quarter time. James Sicily we've seen, he's gone to Tracy. That's huge. He's been held by Voss all night. And Caleb Sarong has Connor Nash everywhere. So a couple of big moves from Sam Mitchell in the coach's box.
Fascinating game of footy. Cox to Bolton, immediately runs into the wall of Newcomb and holding it. And prior according to the umpire, he doesn't agree. Newcomb had to be accurate, was Eamon, Ginnivan, over Ringer Rosie, and then goes back to Hardwick. And spreads it out to Sicily.
Trying to generate run here, Hawthorn. Ginnivan coming through, coming out of that D50 there, looking to try and get the handball game up and going. He's being stifled at the moment from this Fremantle defence. You can just see them covering this corridor.
And your goal apiece in this second half, both in the third term. Eamon trying to provide some of that run. Some tired footballers out there.
Hey, Dennison!
Gunston, Cox, back
He's
to
found his
Gunston.
password.
Reeves taken away by
Great success.
Can they build off half back? Little squeeze.
Hey, mate.
He's perfect.
He's becoming a Panda Club member.
Bolton fires up at ground level, wins it importantly. Dishes off D'Ambrosio, sends it deep forward.
There you go, mate.
Sicily, Tracy at the back battle. Comes back to help out his skipper. Looping hand pass.
You got some cool emotes you can use now. Emojis.
Good luck marking this. Ramsden with another good mark.
Good catch.
Couple of good marks in the last few minutes from Ramsden. Ginnivan into the middle. Sits up okay for Impey. Kick has to be accurate though. Clark takes it and he's happy to scamper off with it. Through the middle. Has a bounce. Looks over the top to Johnson. Johnson has it a kick and a half from home. Runs to 60. Props it up into the air. They need a mark.
Oh.
Tracy lost sight of it. Battle didn't even really have to do too much.
What is that? I think it's something.
Had players coming up at him. It was an excellent effort from Josh Battle there.
Great play. Great defensive play from Battle.
Next goal here is so important. Hawthorn hanging in. No majors for the term. Jackson trying to do something about it himself. Grabs it out of the ruck and punches it out on the full.
All the momentum here with the Dockers. 6-1 inside
Hell.
50s.
Oh, Dockers.
Just holding on at the moment.
7-11.
Battle. Full penetration on the kick to the congestion. Ramsden flew early. Erasmus flicks it out. Over the head of Fitzkowski. And it's going to be another ball up. Tough in the clinches now. Luke.
Andrew Brayshaw gets to his feet. Bolton, slight fumble. Got time to make up for it. Back to Chapman. They are pressing. Dominating inside 50s. Ryan with a helicopter. Got away from Ryan at ground level. Eamon caught in a tackle. Sarong. Sicily.
Oh my God.
He typically is.
Wow.
And he's effective disposing it, but Hawthorn can't get it out of defence at the moment.
Oh man.
Switches on again. Battle. Impey.
Haven't scored a goal since the 6-minute mark of the third quarter, the Hawks.
D'Ambrosio to Sicily.
You just feel like one had nearly taken out of the reach of Fremantle at the moment, the way they're defending, particularly without Tom Barras.
Particularly the timing and the flow of goals so far. They're precious at the moment. Jackson to Ryan on the edge of the centre square.
Got to go. They've got to really take some risks here, Fremantle. This slow, boring, methodical use is not really challenging the Hawks.
Gunston looks a bit sore. It's the way they build their game up, though. Here we go. Murphy Reid, dangerous with ball in hand. He decides to go all the way. There's forwards, Tracy, with their arms in the air. Reid can't take advantage. They're doing it in points at the moment.
Just sets the frustration. Caleb Sarong's been running around with a fair bit of claret coming out of his leg. The umpires finally spotted it.
Yeah, they've had most of their shots from 40 plus. That's the reason for the inaccuracy. So they've kicked 5 goals, 6 from 40 plus. Only the 1 goal inside 30. When you look at the Hawthorn end, they've kicked their 7 goals of their 10 from inside 40. Most of that 15 to 30. So long shots, the Hawks are probably prepared to give up to Fremantle.
It's a weird game. First quarter was free flowing and lots of goals. And it's just been stalemate since.
As long as he possibly can, but Jackson another strong grab in the air. Young is there, Chapman is there. Chapman going into the interior. Yes, arches the back, grabs it outside 50.
Oh.
It's on the turnover, it's been stolen. McDonald back up the middle. Lewis was being held. It's a Hawthorn free kick.
Big turnover from Pearce. Can Hawthorn make them pay? Lewis, aim on. Sends it deep.
Of course they can.
Gunston. He was on one leg and he'll line up for number 6 in the blink of
Fucking
an
hell,
eye.
Freo. You're shooting yourselves in the head.
The old
What is
traditional
doing?
full forward gives you value. The turnover happened and he's already standing inside forward 50 on his own with his opponent off him up the ground. Critical turnover.
This is the biggest kick of the night. Gunston from directly in front for number 6. Gunston kicks his 6th, and that is the one the Hawks needed. Massive goal, massive moment.
Well, the kick from Chapman was a beauty, but Pearce was struggling to get to it, and an errant handball just put the Hawks into motion. I hope Gunston's all right as he makes his way to the bench, but he's impossible to clamp with this sort of space. He's through here and just misses the handball picked off by McDonald, and then it's just...
That wasn't even a free.
There, but Lewis is on Johnny on the spot. He's in the right position. He's impossible to guard Gunston when he's like this, Jack.
Well, when you sit down the back like that, it's such an aggressive position there. Alex Pearce should have had a shot. You felt like he was breaking 50 and was going to have a shot. Doesn't get too many. That is a critical goal as Jack Gunston goes downstairs.
He was holding a foot/ankle earlier on.
Hawks in the sweet seat now, 19 points ahead. Does Freo have a response? Young in the middle of the ground, beautiful delivery. Mint on the pillow, stuffed to Tracy.
Yeah, let's kick it to Tracy so he can kick another point. The fuck?
Well, he needs one of these. I mean, if he is to be the man, he needs one of these. Long bombs haven't been his forte outside 50. He's yet to kick a goal this season from outside the arc.
No better time to do it. Team desperately needs it in front of 54,000 at Optus. Swings to the right.
They've all gone to the right tonight for Josh
Another
Tracy.
point.
Suggests that he's just leaning back on it. Here's that instant with Jack Gunston as well. Just a bit proppy on that right foot, it looks like. A bit of a misstep there.
Hardwick clears the area. Jackson is taking some nice big contested marks. Ward spun, gets boot to ball. All Dockers.
Oh, take the ball, Bolton.
In front of himself. Goes again. Big Max at ground level. Now to Newcomb. Now to the debutant Ryan. The two blondes combined. McKenzie running through the middle.
McKenzie and bloody...
Gunston's not forward, obviously on the bench. McDonald played for the free kick. Wasn't receiving it. Now Clark.
Clark laterally to Warner. Warner up the spine.
Oh, shit.
Clubbed it too high for Bolton. Came back from where it came from. Jackson crashes through. His kick spreading out deep to Wagner. He wants Frederick to run for him. He eventually uses him by hand. 52 metres out. He heads towards the top of the square.
Oh, boss, come on.
And through for a behind.
Fremantle need to do something different in the way they're playing here
Come
now.
on.
Yeah, I think they've got to attack corridor. It's just too easy to defend half of the forward 50. They've done a great job, the Hawks. Deep 50 without their star Barris down there. They've been mismatched, but they've rolled support back quickly.
21 points has been the game-high lead for the Hawks. They're currently 17 up, but this is certainly not over. Free kicked away the Hawks. Another one to make it difficult, though. To Ginnivan. The number 33 runs into trouble. Ward backs back out. Weddle slips. Ward happy to give up ground by hand. Aim on. Options shut down.
Yeah, and they'll play the patient game here. Just try and find some marks. Challenge Fremantle to have to defend long periods.
Bodie, Ryan and Eamon just waxing on the back line there. Ward. Happy to do this all night. Mackenzie. Lateral ball. Sicily.
He's had a good last quarter, James Sicily. This is possession number 8.
Battle stops the rot and sinks the slipper into it. Fist came from Brayshaw. Coming through Young, read it well. To Wagner. Through the centre, Clark. He's got Reed running with him. He gives it to him by hand. Then swept it out wider to Erasmus.
Give it. Oh.
Erasmus entry inside 50.
Oh.
Came out, coughed it up. Bolton wanted a free kick. Charging through to Voss, to Tracy with the check side. They need it. Boy,
He's done it.
it's not over yet.
Come on.
He's kicked 2. It's back to 11.
Tracy with 2 goals, 20.
I thought they'd blown it when Erasmus didn't give it to Murphy Reid over the top. He's the magic maker. You got to get him the footy, but they found a way. And Tracy, you can't kick him with a standard set shot drop punt, but he can do it round the corner. But just here, this is great counter punch. What we're talking about, you've got to hunt corridor. Young knows that. Keeps it going fast. I love Clark on the move. This ball here probably had to go back to Reid, but bit off the inside 50 kick.
Yeah, the crowd level's going to go up.
Big moment there for Josh Battle as well. Dudley coming back towards him. The spill gave Tracy the chance.
Reeves in the middle against Cox. This has been Reeves' domain.
54,140 here in the West, loving the footy. They want the home side to lift. Young away from Nash, back to Cox. Sarong, the momentum again. Important contest.
Oh, no!
Sicily wins it. Voss wants a push. Umpire says no.
Hold on, push. Fucking call something, umpire.
Finding the line of how much you're allowed to push
Fucking
him out.
hell, mate.
He protects the space so well.
And for all the carry on and all the bumping and all the pushing, they're the moments that matter. That's what his job is, to diffuse Sicily in the intercept mark game.
High ball from Weddle. Out the back it goes. Warner's going to be the first there. Has time to gather. Has time to think about it. And then just pops it up high and hopes. Weddle couldn't quite complete the mark. Pinballs around. Battle. Ward just hoists it back outside defensive 50. Pierce mark being held.
Still got to stay patient. That's it. Short kicks.
Young, Gunston looking like he's ready to come back on the ground. He's got Ryan demanding it out wide. Sends it in that direction. He'll come again here, the Dockers. Clark wants something. Clever kick. Voss. He's already puffed the chest out. He's pointing at the mark. Big moment this for the number 20.
Told the story here well.
Come on.
Clark, you could see he looked like he was going to go to the pocket, and the last second just pulled the trigger to come back inside. Used more of the instep of his foot. Saw the prancing pony prancing at him.
He's pumped up.
Prancing pony, Patrick Voss.
Huge kick.
40 metres out.
Sicily on the mark. Voss cannot capture the moment.
One point. 5 minutes 48 to go.
We take a breath. So Impey. Kick to the congestion. Cox himself. Not quite. Down to Newcomb. Loops it over the top. Watson back into the traffic. Flicks it back to Ginnivan. Ginnivan looking around. Good work to Weddle.
Great kick from Jack Ginnivan there. Marks a goal now for the Hawks.
So Weddle, they're going to switch it. Battle. And saw it out to Sicily.
Just a clever effort under pressure from Ginnivan.
It's going to make them work here to get back to one-on-one.
Stick to the short game as long as they can. Feel they need another goal though. Taking time off the clock. Ward to a massive contest of players. Ramsden. Now Reeves. Cox props himself in front of him. McDonald.
Luke Jackson's gone to the goal square, boys. They're trying to get dangerous here for it.
Jackson to the goal square. There from Will.
Well, now they've got to take the brakes off. 4.5 minutes to play. You've got to play with aggression. You've got to get the handball game going. The patient approach is not going to work. Hawks just too set behind the ball. There's your mismatch.
Ryan. Swagger players here. Cox couldn't mark. Sarong went in hard. Came out to Bolton. What can he do? He can lift aside. Skirting ball towards Jackson. Jackson, quick work to Voss. Then Frederick. Frederick 30 metres out. Snaps round the corner. We've got the close one.
Come on.
It's back to 4 points. He's kicked 2. It's going down to the wire.
Well, Jackson's the move. And the Hawks are one tall short because Barras is on the bench, injured. And it was Weddle. He just got moved off the ball by the big body of Jackson. Look at this. That's just power football. And he says, I'll get that and keep flowing, boys. Clever play. Good finish in the end from Fredericks. That's just Jackson putting his stamp
Jackson
on this game. What a moment.
What a handball.
It was a rocket of a handball from Voss. It had
Fuck
to hit.
hell.
He was the one that tracked lateral to the Jackson contest as well, so that the handball option was on.
That was a great handball, Voss.
Kick 3 of the last 4. They're within 4 points in front of 54,500 people.
It's Wolfie time.
Footy on Fox. Gets no better. Jackson grabs it.
He's got it again.
Sends it deep inside 50.
Oh!
Hits it hard. Tracy tries to
Give
get
it.
through. Got rid of it just in time.
Oh, another one.
Heave home.
God.
They're in front.
What? Fucking Tracy.
Absolutely crashed the pack.
Getting tackled by 4 dudes.
Has been amazing in the last 5
And he
minutes.
still got it. Handballed it. Oh my God.
Oh, this is amazing football. This is power football. Unlucky there, Meekie, with the bounce, but watch Young come through here. Just take the pack. Bang.
Bang.
Third famous 3 in a row for the Dockers. They're up by 2 points.
Thought Josh Tracy was done there. He knew what
Oh
he
my
needed to
God.
do. Amos finishes. Low touches for Amos, but big impact. That's his 3rd.
That's his game.
Now putting it on the board after so many inside 50s in this final term. Have the Hawks got an answer? It's the ultimate challenge now. McKenzie strikes 1.
Oh!
The ball away. Did he
Holding the ball.
through it?
Now the tables
Holding
are turned.
the
Hawthorn need to
ball.
start finding the Fremantle players.
I'm just kicking it in Jackson's direction.
Yeah.
He's taken over this game. He's got
Look at
Reeves
Jackson.
down the line. Tracy's in the area. That's your go-to.
Hawthorn involved in a draw last week. They trail by 2 points. They go to Jackson, throws the hand out. Now Fremantle in charge.
2-point lead.
Put Tracy behind the ball. That's
Hit.
Justin Longmuir's MO. Late in game, you'd think with probably a minute and a half to go, max.
Jackson and Reeves in the throw-in. Sarong grabbed. Another stalemate.
James Sicily's gone forward to the footy, boys. Patrick Voss.
That's
all the
50.
way
Didn't
through
give the
now.
ball back to him on the full.
Jackson, Reeves to the side to Newcomb.
When does that rule
Newcomb's
apply?
ball. Hugs the boundary. Voss will be happy to let it go. Floats back in though. Sicily doesn't want to give away a free kick. Strong tackle on the wing, ball it up.
And Newcomb on the fly.
Didn't give the ball back.
Target.
I guess if you leave it on the ground, doesn't matter.
Tonight just needs one big one here.
Jackson just steams in, grabs the footy. Massive moments in the game. Aim on. Tries to get a McDonald. Breaks one tackle. The Hawks running out of room. Are they out of Fredericks gets the bounce. Can he ice the game from here? Frederick, 2 for the term. Off the chops in the West. He's got 3 for the match. And
come on.
Luke Jackson with the biggest smother of his life on the wing. They were going forward, the Hawks. I think it was Newcomb about to smash it forward, and he lays the body out Superman style and stops them in their tracks. Unbelievable.
Well done, Jackson.
He's had a huge 5 minutes, Jackson.
Great tap from Amos. They knew that Frederick was out there. Hayden Young was standing in the goal screen. He thought it was going to pop it over the top. But 2 final quarter goals. Michael Frederick, take a bow.
Fantastic.
4 in a row for the Dockers. They've hit them straight between the eyes.
Go again, Jackson.
Bolton wrestled off it. Reeves off the ground. Over the top. Warner.
I'll be having Nick Watson in as many stoppages. Bring him up to the ball. Get him on the fly.
Reeves hoping for Newcomb. Stolen by Shai Bolton. Frederick.
Great kick.
Pumping over the top to Johnson. Johnson's gather was smooth. Inside attacking 50.
Oh, the back!
Mark Young, was he pushed? Umpire said yes. Arm chop.
No, he pushed.
Good decision. Really good decision by the umpire.
The kick from Frederick to take the ball wide, just terrific. He never responded, haven't they? What a performance this is. They've kicked the last 4.
Oh, push, not a chop.
You can see just how unorganised they are behind the ball without their star in Tom Barrett. So you feel sorry for the Hawks in one way, but gee, that made them pay for any small opportunity in this last 15 minutes. This is power footy.
Hayden Young. Big deep breaths. 14 touches tonight. A much better second half. To put the game to bed. It's been a purple avalanche in the last quarter.
What a lever to pull in 3 minutes, Kingy. They went from being behind to all of a sudden having an absolutely...
Didn't look like they were in it at all. Then it just went bang, 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 bang.
Involved. That man there, he's had an excellent last quarter here. 6 disposals, 5 score involvements for Hayden Young. That one there, the icing on the cake.
5 in a row for Fremantle. They're out by 15 points.
Insane.
They're going to make it 8 straight.
That's insane.
Jackson has been absolutely enormous in this term.
Oh!
Another one, Big Luke. He's unstoppable. He is in a purple patch.
Oh, yeah,
He
yes.
goes again, Jackson. Reed sends it long.
Oh.
Jackson. Oh, what quarter he's played.
He's had 9 disposals, 8 of those contested, and a huge smother.
Huge.
Battles long ball in towards the final minute of play. Freo by 2 at quarter time. Hawks by 15 at half time and 3/4 time. And what a final term from the home side. The kick out to Moore, who looks tired. Back to Lewis. Just hoiks it inside 50 with a spiral. And back behind the ball as he usually does, Tracy.
Yeah, he's just going back to put a full stop on this game.
Last 30 minutes, plus 7 clearances, plus 16 inside 50s.
Battle stands in front of him. In fact, it's Mitch Lewis stands in front of Voss. Out to Amon. Last effort for the
That's
Hawks.
Tracy.
Tracy hits it hard. McDonald, Watson 3 in the first term. Cox gets him. And you don't say that very often that they get Nick Watson. What a finish this is for the Dockers. Coach can only shake his head.
Well, if you're going to make a charge in this competition, you've got to win at home. And if you're a West Australian-based team, you've definitely got to win at home. You've got to make sure that you finish top 2, get in the sweet seat, get yourself a home prelim if you can. 7 more home games after this. Opportunity everywhere for the Fremantle Dockers.
Siren about to sound after a magnificent final quarter. Freo do it at home. They bring the house down.
That finish, though.
Wins continues to grow. What a win.
That finish, wow.
Freo by 2 at quarter time. Hawthorn by 15 at half time. Hawthorn by 15 at 3/4 time. Gunston took
Wow.
it to a 21-point lead with his 6th. Then Tracy, Frederick, Amish, Frederick, Young.
Let's have a look at stats, shall we?
Bounds Fremantle by 15 points in one of the games that makes you go to the footy and leave with a big smile on your face.
Oh, Amon, 31.
And Luke Jackson just put on a quarter that I think will
Luke
send the
Jackson,
Dockers through the
10
competition.
tackles.
He was everything for
He had a
Luke.
triple-double.
Big man, what a presence he had.
12 kicks, 10 handballs, 10 tackles, 22 hitouts, 7 clearances.
They were mismatched everywhere down back, but they
Holy.
Dockers like a good side should.
What a great shift from Fremantle defensively as well. You think of the start that Jack Gunston, 5 at half-time. He's only had 3 disposals and 1 goal, and we were questioning who the right man was to play on him. And it was Brendan Cox that got the job done. And I think the shift up the field was what helped them out. Their defence tightened up. They protect the middle of the ground.
That's
and it was
crazy.
excellent work.
Kath Loughnane is down on the ground with one of the final term heroes, Kath.
He was a final term hero. Freddie,
Insane.
It was some sort of game to watch. How was it to feature it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think just at the end there, we just got told that, you know, the game, you don't have to chase the game in the first 5 minutes, and I think we've been there last year against these guys, and we knew it would take a 4-quarter effort, so I think we brought our trademark best footy today and played a lot of team footy, so it was good.
Honestly, that last quarter, I mean, was there belief there that you could turn it around? Hawthorn had led for the majority of the night.
Yeah, for sure. Jamie Graham, our forwards coach, always likes to say that the game's played over 4 quarters, so just making sure that with the boys that we've got a lot of composure around the footy, and yeah, just time with the footy and just get the ball forward and get our pressure going. And I think we did that a lot of the game today, so it was good to see as well in the last quarter.
And Tom Barris's absence as well to take advantage of that, because he's such a key pillar down back for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's awesome. For us to sort of expose that in a way with sending Luke Jackson forward, I think we did well to create a contest, and the boys also done a good job with James Sicily, like he's the leading interceptor and a leader for him, and I think we stopped their intercept game pretty well, so it was good.
Oz was at his best, wasn't he, with James Sicily tonight? But you did mention Luke Jackson. I mean, he was huge in that final quarter. What a weapon the Unicorn is for your team.
Yeah, he's been unreal, I think, for a lot of the last quarters, and just his footy in general has been unreal. And yeah, we love him and what he brings to the team. I think we're pretty lucky we got him over back home, and for him to play like that and play like he has this season has been unreal. So it's good to get him inside and up forward and get us get the ball forward. So it's good.
And for you personally, Freddie, I mean, you had the delayed start to the season due to injury. How pumped were you in that final quarter to get in on the action and to be amongst 54,000 here tonight in a top 4 clash Thursday night footy?
It's always special, especially when you get to play primetime footy. I guess I'm just lucky to get on the end of it. It comes from our key forwards creating the contest, and then I guess we like to say we value the right things defensively, and then that's how we get our looks going forward. So I just guess right spot, right time.
You're very humble. Go and enjoy this win. Thanks, Freddie.
Thanks, Kath.
You're watching Thursday Night Footy on Fox, brought to you by Ford Everest Conquer the Weekend. We have just witnessed another sensational Thursday night.
Game.
The Dockers triumphant, an avalanche of inside 50s. The clearance numbers were extraordinary. It was a huge final quarter, 5 goals to 1. Jason Dunstall and Lee Montagna, they answered the challenge.
It's a monster last quarter from the Dockers. I mean, they dominated everything. The territory battle was just, and the clearance battle was completely one-sided. And the Hawks, from early moments in that fourth quarter, looked like they were just sticking their fingers in the dike, trying to plug all the holes, and eventually it just burst and everything came rushing through. And it was comfortable in there.
It was, but unbelievable determination and grit by Fremantle to hang in there. The wheels started to turn late in the third quarter. They got momentum about the last 10 or 15 minutes of that third term. And then early in the last, you're right, Jason, the avalanche was on, but they weren't able to put the score on the board. But they never gave up the fight, the Dockers. They just continued to grind away. Caleb Sarong was the one that really started to turn the wheel to the point where Sam Mitchell had to tag him. And then the last quarter, their class and talent around the ball got to work. The boys have already touched on it, but Luke Jackson, Shea Bolton in there, Hayden Young had some important moments along with Murphy Reid. And in the end, it was just a dominant fourth quarter performance. They hung in there. They fought their way through it, and there are those numbers from the last 40 minutes. So it was 28-8 inside 50s, 17-6 clearances, and it was 5 goals 6 to 1 goal 1. So they just wore them down. They restricted Hawthorn only 2 goals in the second half after we spoke about how easily the Hawks were transitioning the ball and moving it through the corridor and finding Jack Gunston lace out in that first half. So they cranked it up defensively. They got to work, and it was mainly all off clearance, 49 points from clearance for Fremantle compared to 21 for the Hawks. They just had too much talent and were too classy and too much grit in that phase of the game.
So if you have a look at their next couple of weeks, they played the Bombers in Melbourne and then St Kilda at home. This winning run looks like it could continue. I mean, they're going to be able to build a really solid form right in this middle part of the season.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, you look at those 3 out of the 4 games there, they're going to start clear favourites. Brisbane at the Gabba is going to be a challenge for them, but they've now
a good challenge,
great challenge, great opportunity. I mean, I've said it all season long. If you're going to win the premiership in 2026, you're going to have to beat Brisbane in September at some point. So what a great opportunity to play them in a few weeks and see where they're at to the back-to-back reigning premiers. But they set themselves up for a chance, Jason, now to finish top 2, not just top 4 and give themselves a double chance, but top 2 to try and stay in Perth for back-to-back finals to give themselves the best chance to be there last day September.
Yeah, all things being equal, they'll head to the Gabba with 10 straight wins under the belt. That's an enormous run, and what you develop out of that is a supreme confidence in what you're doing as a group. And I think this Dockers team is starting to show that confidence. Sometimes you don't break a team down until late in the game. It looked like it was always coming, but it didn't happen until the last 5 minutes tonight. And that's the sign of a really good team, when you just persist, knowing that eventually you keep the pressure on and you keep surging, the damn wall will burst.
And the burst it did, it was 5 goals in 10 minutes. So we showed some stuff last night on First Crack there about their Fremantle's ability to score in bursts. Only the Sydney Swans have been able to do it more so far this year, but to pile on those goals in a hurry, when maybe they thought that they weren't going to be able to get those chances, they'd missed some really good looks. But they just hung in there, and then when they put the hammer down, the Hawks couldn't go with them. So really good signs for the Fremantle Dockers, and it's just going to continue to add more belief to a group that I think are believing that they are finally good enough.
Mother's Day on Sunday, so they're getting in early with the Flowers, and a night of celebration, really. They go to the top of the table, as we said, 8 wins in a row. Their percentage is a fair bit lower than Sydney's percentage. Is massive, isn't it? But a gritty win, a determined win, and they can bank the 4 points.
They did a great job. Their ball movement was still an issue. We put it on the agenda sort of pre-game. They couldn't really get anything going from defensive 50, and that was credit to Hawthorn. But Fremantle, a lot of sort of long, slow kicks down the line that they weren't really getting a lot off. They got a couple of opportunities where they were able to score, but it was more through the middle part of the ground, through their clearance game, cranking up the pressure, stopping Hawthorn's ball movement and then turning back and going at them. And as we said, 22 inside 50s to 4 in that last quarter is an absolute avalanche, and it was incredible it took till the last 10 minutes for them to put those goals on the board. But that's all that matters, and they feel pretty good about themselves. They're getting through unscathed again. They've got a great healthy list, and it's all roses for them at the moment.
Or irises, perhaps. Jack Gunston kicked 6 for the night, 5 in that opening half. So they were able to quell his influence. He looked a bit sore late, a bit proppy, but he was the match winner early until they were able to stop him.
Yeah, well, it was the Gunston and the Watson show in the first half, wasn't it? And they both dried up. So that third quarter was a real funny one. It just became a dour battle. But what they did in the second half is they stopped all of Hawthorn's runs.
Get off soon,
and they just started to have to kick long to a contest. They chip it around in the defensive 50.
3 more
the zone would just move across, and eventually they were forced to kick to a contest, and then the Dockers would win it and bring it forward again. It was just a matter of time before they got the right composure and the right look inside 50 to find those targets, and they did it really, really well in the end. I think the loss of Barras absolutely hurt Hawthorn. I mean, Tracy got a mismatch, and then Luke Jackson going forward created a mismatch, which was really good coaching from Justin Longmuir. And they really had things on their terms, but it's a powerful team that just continues to grow.
Will Hawthorn feel like this was one that got away, given that they had a lead?
Probably. I think Sam always looks at it and thinks that they probably didn't play anywhere near their best, and he'll take that approach. For whatever reason, they just couldn't get their offense going, their game going in the second half. I thought Sicily's last quarter was huge. He did get the mismatch, but I thought he really tried to lift his side, but unfortunately he had too much work to do with the ball living in Hawthorn's defensive 50.
Let's head down to the rooms for the Dockers song. Stay with us, plenty still to come. Thursday night footy on Fox. We're going to head back to the rooms. We'll have Chiefs trivia and we will preview Scott Pendlebury's.
You're watching Thursday.
What? I think that's it. Yep. She-threes.
McCain, born to share.
I went to McCain. Oh, McCain's just done it again.
Thanks for nothing. My whole world is numbers. 5 a.m. wake-ups, 9 milligrams of vitamin C, 106 calories, 16 grams of sugar, 25 grams of protein, 146 BPM, fast 150, hit it, rep 3, get on 9.5, 14, 18.0, high 5, 5 degrees, feels like 2 degrees, 3, 2, 1. But 0 carbs means 0 counting. Thanks to nothing, Han Ultra.
Yet another victory for Antonelli sees the Italian hold a comfortable lead at the top of the drivers' table. Mercedes extends their lead in the constructors' standings, with Ferrari and McLaren in pursuit as we head to Canada. That's your points update, powered by American Express. Access more with Amex.
Yeah, so at Aussie Broadband, we plan ahead to make sure that there's always enough fast-flowing internet for everyone. Like Sunday night streaming night. So, better tap some extra bandwidth.
The following commercial is too tall for TV. The KFC Tower Burger. An original crispy fillet, a hash brown. It doesn't fit. Unless we do this.
I'm snapping nice and
With Sportsbet, you can now live stream thousands of sports from around the world. With a tap of a button, you can watch and bet on basketball from the US, tennis from France, or soccer from Spain. Unfortunately, we don't stream sports like Turkish oil wrestling, underwater rugby from Germany, or Scandinavian shin kicking. But for thousands of other sports, watch and bet all in one place with Sportsbet.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
See zinger moments, and they are from the fourth quarter where the game was won by Fremantle. They were dominant after sticking with Hawthorn for most of the match. They pulled away. Joey, what about this quarter from the Dockers and how they just surpassed all the key metrics?
Yeah, but this was when they were coming hard, Fremantle, and the mistake from Pearce and Gunston made them pay, and you thought, oh, gee, all this work Fremantle are doing to give themselves a chance, they've just coughed one up. Maybe it's just not going to be their night. Maybe it's all going to be a bit too hard. And then this mistake from Josh Battle. Fatigue sets in. He's normally so reliable with ball in hand. Tracy couldn't kick a drop punt for goal all night long, but he gets a standing start check side. Gives them a little bit of momentum. And then the clever little kick. That's what they needed a bit more of from Jordan Clark. Voss, he leant back on it. He didn't really handle the occasion, did he, Jason? He sort of choked on the kick, but they just continued to come. They continued to press. Luke Jackson then had a little stint forward after absolutely dominating in the ruck that quarter. Good composure from Voss. This man here, Michael Frederick, was sensational, and they were rolling.
Brilliant work by the Dockers there, Jace.
He was involved in everything, Luke Jackson. I mean, it was one-way traffic, but it was the Luke Jackson show. Did what he wanted. Three of them couldn't stop the rampaging Josh Tracy, and then he fed it out to Jai Amos, who just put the icing on the cake because they were just on a roll. Look at that smother. Not only does he smother it, it comes back infield to a teammate, and they go forward again. An important touch from Amos. And then Frederick's eyes just kept lighting up. He found himself in good positions and took the opportunities when they presented.
Let's see what we got.
And they just had no answer.
Yeah, and then fascinating how they moved Hayden Young deep in that last 10 minutes when they needed to win the game. He was involved in that contest that set up the Jai Amos goal, then kicked one himself. And as we said, the burst, the firepower to kick 5 goals in 10 minutes when they were fatigued and just kept coming. It was a sensational win.
As you said before, Caleb Serong was one of the architects of Fremantle getting back into it. 28 disposals for the night. He is in the triumphant Dockers rooms alongside Will Schofield and Kath Loughnane. Kath, over to you.
Nice.
He was good, wasn't he, Sarah? Congratulations, Caleb Serong. Is that the best win of the season, surely?
Yeah, we've had a few good ones, but that last quarter, the buy-in from everyone, the way we were able to grind it out, probably wasn't going our way early, but the way we were able to fight that out and get the game on our terms late was pretty special. And the way the crowd got into it was another level.
Who do you think really led that buy-in and gave you the spark in that final term? I mean, we can look at the highlights and we look at Luke Jackson's game, and you were so important, particularly in the third quarter. But who do you think really sparked it for you as a teammate?
I do generally think that Ruckman really got going in that second half, and the way Luke played in the last quarter was incredible. But I thought the way Coxie around the ground late in that third quarter really started to shift the momentum. He got some pivotal hit-outs going our way, and we were able to connect a few times, and he was just able to really get on top because their two ruckmen are dominant. They set them up the way they go about it. So, but I thought the way our half-backs really led as well. Carl Warner had some incredible moments against tonight. Last week he was special, so I thought he was another one that really led it for us.
Luke Jackson, you call Dogger. What's Dogger been sort of telling the boys as we walked into the rooms? I heard him. What was he saying?
He's a special unit, but he was telling everyone he's built different. He's built different. There's no one like him. So
to be fair, he is the unicorn.
Yeah, that smother, like Ruckman shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. He's special.
What was the crowd like? Kath mentioned it. Wharfie time, the AC/DC Hells bells went off. The crowd lifted. It genuinely looked like you guys lifted when that happened.
Oh, we did. Like, you're looking around and your head's almost spinning. Like, the way the crowd, as soon as that kind of bell goes off with the Wharfie time, the way the crowd just erupts, you feel an instant lift. And no doubt the opposition would have felt the opposite. And the way that works for us is great. That's a home crowd advantage. That's what we love, and our fans are turning out. I think it was 54,000 tonight. It would have been one of our biggest home and away crowds, and they're really turning out for us and showing the support, and we're, I guess, playing a brand of footy that they can get behind, which is really exciting.
Can we go back to the start a little bit? You probably weren't having as many headaches as coaches, but Jack Gunston, what were you thinking when you saw him just absolutely take control?
I was feeling for our backs. I was feeling for Lukey Ryan, Brendan Cox. Like, his craft and his leading patterns are some of the best I've seen. And, the way, how much space he gets, and the way we were really, like, I guess, hanging him out to dry a little bit with the way we were defending the corridor. I felt bad for him. So it was on us up the ground to help him out a little bit, and I felt like as the game went on, we were able to do that.
So on that, Alex Pearce, there was one goal, the goal that was overturned in the first quarter. I'm not sure if you can remember so much, but Alex Pearce came up to you as you were heading towards the centre circle, and you had a few words to him, and we were assuming he was probably saying something along the lines of, can you help us out a little bit?
Put some pressure on.
Yeah, well, I actually went down. I actually spoke to him, and I said, mate, just tell Lukey to hang in there. Like, there's not much more he can do. Trying to make sure he wasn't going off task and really struggling, because we were hanging him out to dry, and I said, we'll get it sorted. And then we were already spoke to the high forwards and the midfielders about running the corridor a little bit more. We'll collapse a little bit skinny and allowing them to get it through the corridor, which was opening the ground up. So there wasn't much he could do, so I was trying to give him a bit of reassurance we're going to get it fixed, and he was making sure we were going to get it fixed.
What is said in the midfield? You've got a lot of your leaders in there, yourself, Andy, Now Youngie's running around in there. What's said with 5 minutes to go? You're down by a couple of
Who's
goals.
this?
What are you talking about? Or you're not speaking? You're just going to perform?
No,
Finley?
there's
No,
certain things
it's
we go
not
to
Finley.
for sure. Like when we were down, we really wanted to stick at it because we felt like we were getting enough looks. We just weren't converting, and we didn't really want to change necessarily the way we were going about it. We just wanted to stick at it and knew the floodgates would eventually open for us. But then once we went up,
Harrison
we kind of go in a
Barnes.
bit more of a defensive mindset and understand that what you want to give them. If they do win it, you want to make them kick from behind the circle. You don't want them coming out the front. And felt like we're able to do that. Doggers contest in the ruck really helps because you get a really predictable contest. Even if they win the hit out, you know it's probably going to go in one of the
LeBron
two spots.
James.
So, we kind of just want to make sure you limit the damage, and if you can get Dogger to run out the front like he did a few times, that works as well.
Michael Frederick, Kath spoke to him after the game. I thought his game was really important. Sometimes maligned, I think, because of the position he plays in, but I know internally you guys rate him so highly. How'd you see his game?
So proud of him. Like, he had an incredible pre-season, put so much work in, and then the main training before round one goes down with an ankle injury. And he had a few weeks out, and he got to work, got himself right, and then he's been back the last few weeks and working in a forward line.
$30 for one card.
He's come in, he's playing a bit of wing, he's playing a bit of half forward, and he's just doing whatever we need him to. And tonight, late in the game, when he comes into his own with his run, his fitness, he's able to get on the end of a couple. And it was all out of him playing his role for the team. And love when those kind of guys get a bit of a look at the ice cream late and show what they can do because we love him internally.
Ended up being the highest rated game of his career, so it was good to see Fast Freddie out there. Finally, we saw all the mothers in shot in the change rooms with their flowers. This is nice, and one of the perks of playing on Thursday night, you can now sit back and enjoy the weekend and celebrate your mums.
Yeah, we were out there. It was great to be able to give some flowers to some mums in the crowd as well and show our appreciation to all the mums go around to just a thankless role and job that they have. It's incredible the amount of work they do and the amount of work that we've been first-hand recipients of as players. The amount of travel, the amount of work. So anytime we can show appreciation, we do. And flowers at least we can do.
Well said. Now we're going to interview Pat Voss next, so we'll get you to hand over the
What do you reckon
microphone.
he's got for us?
But what question would you ask him?
What do you
want to know?
I don't know.
Okay.
We asked Caleb. No, we said, what would you ask Pat Voss? And he just said, I don't know, I'm out of here. Hey, what a win.
Oh, that was unbelievable. That's one of the best wins I've been a part of. Geez, I reckon that's as loud as I've heard Optus. That was unbelievable. So, a massive thank you to the crowd. Made it so much better.
Apart from the atmosphere and the crowd, what was it about it that made it the best win you were a part of?
It's just gritty. I think in years gone by, we've let those sort of games slip and let the momentum that they had probably go over the top of us. And they probably stuck up over the season. You're in 3 or 4 of those games, and if you can manage to win 2 or 3 of them, it goes a long way in your season. So from our point of view, it was very gritty. So proud of the boys. Hopefully we can continue the momentum.
Paddy, look, before the game, I called you out. I said, you've been a bit passive, Paddy. And it was with due respect because I think what you bring to this Freo side, you set the energy. The role you had on Sicily, you kick a goal early, it felt like you were back. Did you feel like that?
Well, I've heard this passive Pat before, and I don't like it. So
Good.
We don't either.
Neither. No, I think I'll be the first to admit I've been inconsistent this year, and I think the role in Sicily this week was able to narrow my focus. I felt like I was able to get in the game through it. Nice little drop mark there that they paid a mark, so went back and nailed that one. I'm happy to play whatever role the team needs.
Keep talking over your highlights. So what were you saying here? Any idea?
I couldn't actually say that on TV.
Okay. Yeah, don't do that.
No, I just mean the passive Paddy stuff. I mean, your energy and what you do here, it's so important to your side. And Kath and I were watching this closely. Sis didn't love this, did he? He wasn't having the best time, but you do. You love that by the look of it.
Yeah, absolutely love it. Like you say, I think that energy and the intent, it gets me into the game. I've done the role on Sis twice now, and he's a competitor. I love going head to head with him. He's such a good player, obviously. So it was a great battle. I'm not sure who got on top. I'll have to
the hollow.
That one, but happy to get the 4 points.
Yeah, good.
I did say to Freddie in the post-game interview, you are your best tonight. I mean, it was such an important role. Justin Longmuir actually told us, gave us the heads up in the pre-game show, said we got Voss to Sicily. So did you really embrace the challenge and know what an important role it was in this game? because he's such a good player, isn't he?
100%. Yeah, I love being a pest, and yeah, it's a part of my game, and I think I'm at my best when I'm doing that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it was good fun tonight. Hopefully I can get another one of those roles next week.
What about Luke Jackson in particular? I mean, Caleb just told us that he's walking around here saying I'm built different, but he's very in saying that he's very humble, so he should just say that as well. But he was huge in the final quarter in particular, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I'm actually going camping with him this weekend, and he was telling me before the game he needs to win the meat tray. So I think he was a bit behind the 8 ball at 3/4 time. And cheers,
I think the meat tray is actually a Friday night thing. So
it's a Friday night thing, so he's got it mixed up. But it was a good little motivator for the dog.
We'll see if we can sort that out. What are you two going to do camping sort of together? How does that sort of operate? You just prop up somewhere?
It's actually me, Dogger, Neil Erasmus, Joy Amos, and Sam Naismith, the ruck coach. We've got 10 days off, so they're giving us a 3-day little break. So we're heading down to Eagle Bay, put the boat in, roll the swags out. I'm not sure how many times Dogger's been camping, but it should be good fun.
So because he didn't win the meat tray, which is actually a Friday thing,
Brandon Roy.
buy all the meat then?
Well, he's been telling me all week it's catch and cook. He said he's not going to take any food down, and he's buying a backpack with a water bottle attached to it. And that's
Roy.
it. So, it should be pretty interesting.
See what we
Yeah,
get.
I think we need some phones out and some cameras out and record this little road trip and get back to us next week. Well done tonight, Pat. Good to see that, what did you call him? Passive Pat isn't a thing anymore.
No, it's proactive Pat.
Proactive Pat. We'll run with that now.
The prancing pony is back. Appreciate your time. Go and enjoy this.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well done, mate.
How good to hear from the prancing pony. He's back in a big way, isn't he, Scully?
Yeah, it's great energy down here.
Great energy as we throw it back to the studio crew. And Sarah, also good to see the Fremantle boys looking after their mums.
Absolutely, as they should, and it will be interesting to see
Hello.
us play the Bombers next week. Of course, the team that delisted him, Joey, they'll start as heavy favourites in that.
They should, and he'll be at his pesky best. He loves
Not sure he'll need to be assigned a task, though, against with the greatest of respect, Sarah. I don't think there's someone there they're going to say, can you go and bother him, please? He'll be able to attack the footy. He's a character, isn't he? Listening to him talk, he's
All right.
full on.
We're going to have a look at our Jamison crowd pleaser, and it is Luke Jackson. We heard a lot about him in those interviews. The smother might be a topic of conversation around
97
the
block.
Yeah, all the talk's going to be about Luke Jackson's fourth quarter, and he was enormous, but you've got to give the coaches credit, and as well Mason Cox. I mean, Mason Cox played 42 minutes in the ruck, which allowed Luke Jackson to be fresh when the game was on the line in last quarter. That's why Fremantle have always liked having the two rucks.
All right, I reckon that's it,
that
boys.
player that has the athleticism and power, that when he has a little break, he's able to be able to be fresh and impact in fourth quarters, which we've seen. And you can see there, the first Fremantle ruckman ever to record 20 disposals, 15 contested, and 10 clearances. He laid, I think, nearly close to 10 tackles as well. He was phenomenal, and more importantly, he steps up when they need him most.
What about Michael Frederick? Highest rated game of his career, highest rated player on the ground. He had some really pivotal moments.
He did. It's one thing to get yourself involved in the play, but it's another to take those moments and capitalise on the opportunities, and that's what he did. You need players with speed. He's blessed with speed. Like, there you make a decision.
All right, gonna jump off, boys. Get some rest. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll catch you tomorrow after work. See you, boys.